School Sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darlings Auto Group. You'll do better at Darlings. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience. The market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, North Windham, and Topsom. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. The place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Praise Auto Sales. Over 40 years of trust, integrity, and dependability. Visit praiseautosales.com. Dairy Queen Bangor. Get a DQ treat today at Dairy Queen on Broadway in Bangor. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 57 years. Eastern Maine Community College, start your future at emcc.edu. Bangor Savings Bank, since 1852. At Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. Visit bangor.com. Dairy Queen Old Town. At DQ, happy tastes good. Casella, good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerofhardwork.com. High School Sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by UMaine Finish Strong, Hidden Meadows, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, The Fitch Company, UMaine Athletics, Bangor Window Shade and Drapery, Union Street Towing, Bangor Mall Cinemas, Bangor Floral, Hannaford and Bucksport, Novus Glass, Hartford's Auto Service, Old Town Redemption Center, Bennett Auto Center, The Growing Place and Polish, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Lloyd's Family Market, Quality Automotive, North Star Waste and Recycling, Crystal Clear Family Pet Center, The Farmer's Table, Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market, Coach House Restaurant, Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Goslin's Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Twin City Tire, Harvey RV and Marine, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Midcoast Denture Design, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. Let's get you out to the game. Hello everyone and welcome to Mansfield Stadium here in Bangor, turning into a little bit of a soggy evening, but still a great setting for some high school baseball. And tonight we've got a Class A-B crossover matchup between the Bangor Rams and the Hermon Hawks. Bangor of Class A, Hermon of Class B. We welcome you into Ticket TV, presented by Bangor Savings Bank. They have helped New Englanders achieve their goals since 1852, and they sponsor the pregame show here on Ticket TV at Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more. Whether you're planning for today or building for tomorrow, they're here with personalized service and a commitment to what matters most to you. Visit Bangor.com. I'm Mark Paulette, joined by Ernie Clark in the Darlings broadcast booth. Darlings in Bangor has you covered for sales and service. Shop new Ford, VW, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Volvo, and Kia models, or used of all makes. Visit Darlings.com. Well, Ernie, coming into play tonight, two teams that have been getting it done in different ways so far in the early season. Bangor really rounding into form offensively. They're averaging better than 11 runs per contest. For the Hermon Hawks, they erupted for 17 in their last game, but they've been getting it done the way the Red Sox wanted to get things done this year, run prevention.
Yeah, indeed. Both teams having good seasons. Bangor number 2 in Class A North. You can see Hermon there, number 8 in Class B North. One of the differences in their numerical standings in the division is number of games played. Bangor 9-1. They've played 10 games, have just 6 left. Hermon, this is just the midway point of their season. This will be their 8th game, and they'll have 8 games to play in the final 2.5 weeks of the regular season. So they're going to be busy, and that pitching depth is going to be tested as they run into a bunch of games. There's Bangor. It's it's maybe a 4-way race. It's at least a 3-way race for the top spot between Oxford Hills, Bangor, and Mount Ararat. Mount Ararat beat Bangor. Bangor beat Oxford Hills, and I'm not sure about Oxford Hills and Mount Ararat having played yet. I don't think they have, but if they have or they haven't, they will. And there'll be a good mix. And Hamden's had a very good start to its season. They're a pretty young team. They are 7-2. Lost their opener to Oxford Hill 6-2, and then lost to Bangor in a game we had on Ticket TV from Bordick Park last week. It was a 12-7 game, very competitive. So they have been in the mix as well. So good competitive battles in both of these divisions, and this is a good game for a team to pick up some heel points, because we figure that both of these teams are going to continue to win. Bangor riding a 5-game winning streak, and Hermon having won their last 4 games. So both teams in a pretty good frame of mind right now.
Now look at the standings, presented by Uno Pizzeria and Grill at 725 Stillwater Avenue in Bangor. They have great food, great drinks, great vibes for takeout. Call 947-5000 or visit unos.com. Coverage on Ticket TV is presented by Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth, because nothing runs like a Deere. Also presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, as well as Wilson Street in Brewer. Stop by your local family-owned locations to take advantage of some great value on the menu. And Ticket TV, high school sports on Ticket TV, presented by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Whether you're watching some sports at the bar or taking the family out for a great meal and some fun, Heroes is the place to be. The official sports grill of Ticket TV in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. We'll take our first time out now in the Bangor Savings Bank pregame show. When we come back, well, the last time we were here, we saw the Bangor Rams taking down the other top team in Class A. We'll dive into some of those recent results for the Rams and the Hawks coming up on Ticket TV.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a Deere. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
Desk jobs aren't for everyone. Some of us want work that moves, work you can see, work that matters. Others might call it dirty, but we don't mind. At Casella, hard work isn't just a means to an end. It's something you can build a life on, and it's important work that keeps society moving. Casella, good pay, good people, good life. That's the power of hard work.
Darlings in Bangor is hiring experienced Ford technicians. We've solved the 2 biggest challenges in the industry: warranty time and flat rate. At Darlings, you'll have guaranteed hours, retail time for warranty, and unlimited earning potential. We offer up to $40 an hour plus incentives, generous PTO, full benefits, and a climate-controlled shop. Apply today at darlings.com. You'll do better at Darlings.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to refresh your home at the Furniture Gallery. During our Spring into Savings event, brighten every room you have with lamps, rugs, and wall art. The Furniture Gallery is getting ready for warmer days. Enjoy 15% off outdoor furniture and create the backyard retreat you've been dreaming about. Speaking of dreaming, need extra sleeping space for guests? Our sleeper sofas start at just $6.99. Shop local, save money, and love your home this spring. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, North Windham, and Topsom.
We're back here at Mansfield Stadium in Bangor, making our way toward the first pitch between the Hermon Hawks and the Bangor Rams. You see the records right there on the screen for some crossover action tonight at Mansfield. The Rams out of Class A and the Hawks in Class B. Our coverage on Ticket TV is presented by the Furniture Gallery. Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to refresh your home at the Furniture Gallery. During the Spring into Savings event, you can brighten every room with lamps, rugs, and wall art from the Furniture Gallery. Shop local and save money. You can love your home this spring at the Furniture Gallery, locations in Augusta, Bangor, North Windham, and Topsom. Mark Paulette and Ernie Clark along with you for the call of this one tonight. Ernie, we were just talking during the break about the offensive prowess of the Rams recently. They have been piling up the runs in each of their last 5 games. They have eclipsed double digits. That's to go with a scoreline of 23-2 earlier in the season, 15-0 earlier in the season. And I believe you heard they're pretty close to matching last year's run total already.
They either have matched it or need one more run to match. I believe they need one more run to match their total for the entire 2025 season. And they've got, this game, 5 more in the regular season, and they hope 3 or 4 in the postseason as well. And it's funny because when I saw them, I think for the first time this season, it was against Mount Ararat. It was against Messalonskee. It was 2 days before they played Mount Ararat, which was their only loss. But they played Messalonskee. They only had 2 or 3 hits in the game, depending on whether you're the official scorer or me. But still, they were struggling to hit. They got on base and made things happen. But I was like, boy, not much for the bats here. But that first impression was proven to be very wrong, as they have been lighting it up ever since. They've scored 60 runs in their last 5 games. So that's 12 a game. And actually, the funny thing about it, just one of them went less than 7 innings.
Yeah.
A 15-4 win over Skowhegan, but just getting guys on base up and down the lineup. And you mentioned in terms of Hermon kind of coming at it largely from the opposite perspective, with pitching being the key. They beat the Noble Warriors of the Piscataquis from Foxcroft Academy 17-1. But other than that, it's been a lot of tight games. Mason Kinney, who will be pitching here tonight, the younger son of Matt Kinney, the Hermon coach. I don't know what he's done in every game this year, but the first time out, struck out 17 against Mount Desert Island, and MDI is 6 in Class B North, so it wasn't like he was beating, doing it to a team that wasn't very good. They're about 500, but they're in 6, so they've beaten some quality teams, and it's going to be interesting to see how he works tonight against this pretty potent Bangor lineup. But his pitching is probably what gives Hermon the best chance to hang around and try to score the victory over the Class A team.
And on the other side of things, on the bump for Bangor, it's Lucas Rutherford. We saw him start the game last Friday night when we were here to see the Rams take down Oxford Hills by a 10-5 scoreline. That was a matchup of, at the time, still is the top 2 teams in Class A.
Yeah, indeed. And Oxford Hills still number 1. They've got a couple of wins over some very good Southern B teams, Freiburg Academy and Levitt, who are they're in the top 3 in Class B South, and that's why they've been able to maintain a slight lead over Bangor in the Hill Points. But Rutherford's been a part of the starting rotation all year. And Dave Morris largely goes with 2 pitchers in a lot of games anyways. I think he's developed an awareness over the years of just trying to make sure the kids are ready to go, really by this time of year, mid to end May, and so far it's been so good for the Rams, certainly being undefeated. And Rutherford's been a solid starter, one of the 12 seniors on the Bangor roster.
There's a look at the Hermon roster, and those rosters brought to us by Acadia Federal Credit Union, their newest location, now open on Wilson Street in Brewer, bringing local service backed by more than 60 years of serving Maine. Branches in Bangor, Brewer, and Aroostook County. Visit acadiafcu.org.
Yeah, Bangor with 12 seniors, 3 juniors, and 3 sophomores. So there are 18 players on the varsity. They also have 17 on a JV team. So pretty good numbers still for Bangor. And I think we showed Hermon already. There's 6 seniors, 4 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 1 freshman. But a couple of pretty good pitchers in the senior class in Mason Kinney and also Mike Fowler, who in Hermon's last game out against John Babbs, who was a top 8 team in Class B North, last game out, Hermon won 1-0 on Tuesday. Mike Fowler 4-hit shutout with 9 strikeouts and 2 walks. And so shows himself capable of fitting into that number 2 slot and giving Hermon some decent depth on the mound.
Hawks just finishing up their infield warm-ups here. We are making our way towards first pitch tonight at Mansfield Stadium. Coverage on Ticket TV presented by Northeast Driving School. They have been the leader in driver training since 1969. You can register for driver's ed courses today at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Just visit northeastdrivingschool.com to select your course. Also presented by Praise Auto Sales. If you're looking for your next ride, Praise on Outer Broadway has you covered. Guaranteed lowest prices every day and no waiting for a sale. Over 40 years of trust, integrity, and dependability. Visit PraiseAutoSales.com today. And we're presented by Casella. Good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at PowerOfHardWork.com. One more break, in our pregame show. We come back, get Ernie's keys to the game, and then it's off to the first pitch between the Rams and the Hawks under the lights tonight at Mansfield Stadium in Bangor.
The marathon of life can be challenging. Chores and responsibilities keep us from the things we once loved and the aspirations we set. But it's never too late to find your second wind. With an affordable, fully online program and advisors to help you along the way, you can cross the finish line at your own pace. Finish strong at the University of Maine.
Since 1852, Bangor Savings Bank has been helping New Englanders thrive by living our You Matter More promise. We invest in Northern New England because your ideas, your well-being, and your business matter to us. Our commitment is reflected in our caring employees, innovative solutions, and investments in local communities. At Bangor Savings Bank, you are at the heart of everything we do because you matter more.
Hi, I'm Steve Prey. My father built Praise Auto Sales on trust, integrity, and dependability. Today, we work hard to carry on those same qualities. Praise Auto Sales has now grown to 2 locations, which gives you a bigger and better selection to choose from. We have a wonderful service department. They really thoroughly examine every vehicle before we sell it and also maintain your vehicle after the sale. Our financing department works with banks, local credit unions, and alternative financing to help you get in the vehicle of your choice. At Praise Auto Sales, you don't have to wait for a sale. We offer every day guaranteed lowest price. We really are an extended family of grandparents, parents, kids. Come on out and see us and you'll see why we've been in business for 40 years. Plus, we do free appraisals. Praise Auto Sales, Outer Broadway, Bangor.
Acadia Federal Credit Union keeps you in touch with your money using our mobile app, Acadia Go. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and even deposit checks with the tap of a button. That's not all. Now with Apple Pay, use your fingerprint to pay for purchases. It's quick and your account information is never shared. Apple Pay is safe and private. Acadia Federal Credit Union. We keep you mobile.
Back here in Bangor, under the lights, you see the tarp coming off the mound right there as we get ready for some high school baseball. Hermon out of Class B, Bangor out of Class A here on Ticket TV, where our coverage is presented by Eastern Maine Community College at EMCC. Every student has a story. Some are just beginning, others starting a new chapter. Wherever you are, your future can start at emcc.edu. Also brought to you by Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing for 54 years. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment, look good and feel good in a clean, shiny car. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And by Dairy Queen in Bangor, the new DQ Breakfast Collection. You can enjoy a Cinnamon Toast Crunch dipped cone, Fruity Pebbles shake, or a Choco Frosted Donut Blizzard treat. Whether it's breakfast time or not, visit 668 Broadway in Bangor. DQ. Happy tastes good. Mark Paulette and Ernie Clark with you here in our broadcast booth behind home plate at Mansfield Stadium. Coaches meeting going on. You see it right there at the dish. Time now to get Ernie's keys to the game. We've been talking all pregame show about how Bangor likes to slug the ball. Hermon likes to prevent the opposition from slugging. Is it as simple as that tonight, Ernie?
It kind of is, although Bangor's got pretty good pitching as well, so Hermon's going to have to figure out how to generate enough runs to win. having said that, Hermon pitching staff has only given up more than 4 runs in one game this year. Their only losses, a 2-run loss to Old Town, which is in the top 5 in Class B North, and a 1-run late game loss to number 1 Ellsworth. So they are on the brink of having something even more special than what their season is right now, as they try to return to the Northern Maine Championship game for the second straight year at least. But basically, they do need a good game out of Mason Kinney on the mound. They got their ace going against Bangor, and I'm sure they feel good about themselves. And it's going to be up to Kinney to kind of keep them in the game, and then to be able to manufacture runs, because they have not scored a ton of runs, but they've they scored 6 against Old Town, and I mentioned the Foxcroft game, beat Brewer 6-2, another Class A school, so they're capable of scoring runs. They're just going to they might need 4 or 5 here today to get past Bangor, and Bangor, they have such depth in their lineup batting wise. I think if they play solid defense and not give up any unearned runs, and that's not to say they've been playing bad defense. They've been a pretty good defensive team, but they don't want to be giving Hermon a chance to hang around in the game by giving them an extra run or 2 or extra base runners to rack up the pitch count on Rutherford and maybe force them to go to the bullpen a little bit earlier. But if they can play defense, the rest of it should take care of itself.
Those keys to the game presented by Praise Auto Sales. You can visit praiseautosales.com today or find them on Outer Broadway. Our coverage on Ticket TV presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get loot and get sold with Next Home Experience. Also brought to you by Dairy Queen in Old Town, where you can take advantage of the DQ $7 chicken strip meal deal. It has it all: 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae, all for just $7. And now you can get it with a new honey sriracha dip. Visit 613 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. Well, we are getting ready to meet these teams, have the lineups get announced here in front of the fans at Mansfield Stadium, so we'll take our final time out of the pregame show, and when we come back, it is time for the first pitch. The Hermon Hawks, the Bangor Rams. The scene is set tonight in Bangor. First pitch coming up next on Ticket TV.
For over 80 years, Seaboard Federal Credit Union has been putting its members first. Founded in 1940, we've grown alongside our communities with branches in Bucksport, Ellsworth, and Hermon. We're not a big bank, and we're proud of that. We're member-owned, community-driven, and here to help you build a better financial future. Whether it's saving for a goal, buying your first home, or simply managing everyday life, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, the smart place for your money.
From school drop-off to holiday road trips, your family deserves to feel safe, no matter the conditions. And at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer, they'll help you find the best all-weather tires for your vehicle and any commute. With the best selection of all-weather tires in the Bangor area, Twin City Tire also offers the lowest prices on new tires, guaranteed. Save on new tires now, or get ahead and schedule your winter tire swap today at Twin City Tire and Service, proud sponsor of the Maine Black Bears, 609 Wilson Street, Brewer. You ever wish you could rewind everything and press play one more time? Back to when connections meant something, when we played to just play, and adventures started with nowhere to be and all day to get there. Somewhere along the way, we got stuck in fast forward. We forgot to hit pause and see that the open road to everything we miss is actually right in front of us. Find your open road with Harvey RV and Marine, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and yet expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Have a painful tooth or an entire mouthful of teeth? Mid-Coast Denture Design now offers tooth extractions in both Ellsworth and Brewer. Get your teeth pulled and immediate dentures placed right in our office. Quick, convenient, and comfortable. Let denturist Lindsay Young and her staff create immediate dentures for you, all in one location. Mid-Coast Denture Design, the go-to in Bangor and Ellsworth for dentures and tooth extraction services. Because everyone deserves an awesome smile. Visit midcoastdenturedesignmaine.com.
Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
Have a painful tooth or an entire mouthful of teeth? Mid-Coast Denture Design now offers tooth extractions in both Ellsworth and Brewer. Get your teeth pulled and immediate dentures placed right in our office. Quick, convenient, and comfortable. Let denturist Lindsay Young and her staff create immediate dentures for you, all in one location. Mid-Coast Denture Design, the go-to in Bangor and Ellsworth for dentures and tooth extraction services. Because everyone deserves an awesome smile. Visit midcoastdenturedesignmaine.com.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Black Bear fans, Maine football season tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets at goblackbears.com/tickets or by calling the ticket office at 581-BEAR. That's 581-2327.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to refresh your home at the Furniture Gallery. During our Spring into Savings event, brighten every room you have with lamps, rugs, and wall art. The Furniture Gallery is getting ready for warmer days. Enjoy 15% off outdoor furniture and create the backyard retreat you've been dreaming about. Speaking of dreaming, need extra sleeping space for guests? Our sleeper sofas start at just $6.99. Shop local, save money, and love your home this spring. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, North Windham, and Topsom.
The Rams are on the field. The Hawks are ready to come to the plate for the first time tonight, and we are set for baseball. Under the lights, Friday night lights from Mansfield Stadium here in Bangor. Hawks out of Class B, Rams out of Class A on Ticket TV, where our coverage is presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. Also brought to you in part by Dairy Queen in Old Town, where the $7 DQ chicken strip meal has it all, 100% white meat. And we're brought to you by UMaine Finish Strong, 60-plus flexible online degree and certificate programs offered through Maine's flagship university. Apply now at umaine.edu/online. Once again, Mark Paulette and Ernie Clark with you. You take a look at Lucas Rutherford getting his warm-up pitches in for the Bangor Rams. Big number 17 out there on the mound for a second consecutive Friday night for Bangor. Ernie, we were talking about their schedule in the pregame show, how they're already well into the back nine, if you will. They've had some light work this week because of how many games they've already logged.
Well, one thing that happened is they got 3 games in during spring vacation week, and you never get all those games in during spring vacation week because it rains or it snows or something. But they happen to get out ahead of it this year, and as a result, after today, they have only 5 games left in the regular season. Regular season ends approximately June 3rd, so we've got 2.5 weeks basically. So they've got plenty of time to shouldn't have to bunch games together unless, of course, the weather changes here over the next couple of weeks. And what I've seen for next week, at least, is we won't have to worry about getting games in.
No, the oven turns on this weekend. Some warmer temps coming our way here in eastern and central Maine. Of course, for Bangor, that's the exact inverse of what we were talking about in the pregame with Hermon.
Right.
Just reaching the midway point here tonight.
Yeah, 5-2 versus 9-1, 10 games versus 7 in terms of games played. That's at least a full week of games if you think of a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, which the A teams play. The B teams play more on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays normally, but Hermon will have a bunch of games here in the late going of the season, and as we mentioned earlier, obviously will be a test to their pitching depth.
Cam Morrison, the Hawks shortstop, swinging and missing at the first pitch. He watches that one fly up and away to even the count at 1-1.
I would suspect this is Rutherford's 4th start of the season, and he has gone a lot of 4 and 5 inning outings is what he's had so far this season. Been pretty solid for the Rams, and as a result is kind of a mainstay of their pitching staff.
He's ahead of Morrison here, 1-2 to get this one underway. The pitch sweeps outside and gets by the backstop, who tonight for the Bangor Rams is Kyle Johnson. We saw him playing first base, pitching a little bit last week because it appears the Rams without their starting backstop.
Yeah, Zach Cota usually handles those duties. Not here today, but Kyle Johnson is familiar with the position. Although this is the first time I think I've seen him pitch. He's been a 4-year catch. He's a 4-year varsity starter, and at one point, I think it might have been his sophomore year, Dave Morris was telling me that catching was his best position. But because he was so effective as a pitcher, they didn't want him pitching and catching at all season long because of the number of throws that it requires. Because you're still making the throws tonight, throwing it back to the pitcher, and so they kind of limited his catching. And he's played both in the outfield and first base, with first base his primary position when he's not on the mound.
Morrison draws a leadoff walk, battles back after falling behind in the count to draw the first pass, and has to dive back into the bag over there as Rutherford wants to check in on him. Digging in now, it's Sam Hopkins, the center fielder, number 16 for Hermon. We'll get you the rest of the Hawks lineup here in just a moment. Rutherford, another peek over to first base. Here comes the pitch, and Hopkins watches it downstairs for ball 1. So Morrison leading off at short, Hopkins batting second in center, Tommy Meserve batting third at third, Mason Kinney on the mound, batting cleanup for the Hawks, Edgar Leclerc in left field, Eli Cormier the right fielder, Cole Alexander batting seventh at first base as that is driven with authority into right center field. That is down in front of Tennant, takes a bounce past him. That'll allow Morrison to get over to third base. Now heading off for second. Morrison rounds third. He will score. Bangor boxing it around a little bit in the field. A wet ball, taking some extra time to get back in. And after 2 batters, the Hawks have a 1-0 lead.
Well, we just talked a moment ago about defense. And there's Bangor giving up an early run there as Trey Tennant couldn't get a hold of the baseball enough to throw it after he picked it up in right center field, and that allowed the speedy Cam Morrison, who was already going first to third on the base hit, to score. And it also allows Hopkins to get into scoring position at second base, still nobody out.
Great start here for the Hawks as Tommy Meserve, the third baseman, digs in. At the very least, trying to move that runner over. Shortstop and second baseman retreat to their positions. It's put on the ground to short. Good jump at second by Hopkins allows him to get to third. While the strike across the infield, short to first, delivered by Jacoby Harvey for the first out of the inning.
Yep, but
productive out.
Yeah, Hopkins off and running on the pitch, and we know from watching him play football, he's got pretty good speed too, so there was no play for Jacoby Harvey taking the 2-hopper at shortstop, so he went for the sure out at first, and now second run of the game for the Hawks here on the top of the first, just 90 feet away.
Mason Kinney trying to help himself out. The Hermon pitcher digging in for a first at-bat, and he watches that one through for strike 1. Believe I got down to the number 7 hitter in the Hawks lineup. Last 2, Dylan Fair at second base, Connor McAlpine, the catcher, rounding out the starting 9 for Hermon.
Bangor with the infield in here. They'd like to cut this run off. Keep it a 1-run game.
Rams around the infield, Sproul at third, Harvey at short, Gilly at second, and Kearns at first base. They're crouching the grass. That pitch misses outside, and Kinney's in front 2-1.
Yeah, and right now, I guess if you're Bangor, you got to think that you may not score a ton of runs tonight, although their own statistics would suggest otherwise. But Kinney is,
you know what he can do.
He's the son of a major leaguer. His dad, the coach, Matt Kinney, and games like that earlier when we talked about against MDI where he struck out 17. Make you think it may not be quite as easy as usual to play runs and get enough runners on base to do major damage.
He's ahead 3-1 here, looking for a pitch to hit, and Kinney swings away, lining it into left center field, bringing home Hopkins from third. And just like that, it is 2-0 Hermon, 4 batters into the contest.
Yeah, solid shot there. 3-1 count, got ahead of the count. Knew Rutherford wanted to come with a strike, threw one pretty much across the middle, and just a line drive by Kinney. No chance to make a play in the outfield, and Hopkins trots home from third.
Edgar LeClaire, the left fielder for the Hawks, digging in here. A lefty coming to the dish. And it looks like Rutherford just wanted to clean the spikes a little bit.
Well, it's damp. It started raining and fairly lightly raining, but raining about an hour before the game started. The mound was covered, and they took the cover off just before the start of the game and added some turfus to the mound. But that can't keep, if you're moving around that mound, that can't keep the mud out of the cleats completely.
Can get a little soupy down there at the bottom of the hill.
You guys are fortunate on both teams, though, to be playing in a facility where they can cover the mound and
no doubt,
and put turfus out there.
Foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and LeClaire behind 0-2. Lefty trying to keep the line moving for the Hawks. My first instinct is to say Edgar's a great baseball name. That being said, I think I can only name one off the top of my head.
Oh, boy, Edgar Renteria.
Thank you for a second, because I was thinking Martinez.
Okay.
Swing and a miss. And a put away there for Rutherford for the second out of the inning. He's got Leclerc swinging, and that'll bring up Eli Cormier, the right fielder.
And Edgar Martinez was only a DH. He didn't play the field, but he was a Hall of Famer as a DH.
Surprised I spaced on Renteria, the guy that chopped it back to Folk to end the curse.
That's right.
Claire down swinging. Cormier now down 0-1 after fouling off the first pitch.
I'm struggling to think of other Edgars. Think of Edgar and James, football player.
Rutherford into the delivery. The 0-1 off-speed pitch chopped high on the infield. Grabbed by Sproul on a high hop. Fires the strike across to first to end the inning. Hawks strand 1, but they pick up 2 after an inning of play. Actually, just half an inning of play. It's Hermon 2 and Bangor coming to the plate here at Mansfield Stadium on Ticket TV.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed when we can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
We are back here in Bangor. The Hawks putting a 2 spot on the board in the top half of the first inning. Now Kinney and company trying to keep the Rams down as they will come to the dish for the first time tonight. Ticket TV coverage brought to you by Union Street Towing. They serve the greater Bangor area for over 40 years with towing, flatbed recovery, lockouts and jump starts, fully licensed and insured. Call 942-4200. We're also brought to you by Hidden Meadows. The golf course is open. Golf season is here. Just 10 minutes north of Bangor, you can enjoy a beautiful 9-hole course, a driving range, and a fully stocked golf shop. Plan your round today at hiddenmeadowsgolf.com. Kenny back out there on the mound for the first time tonight. You can see the jersey dirty after making his way around the infield, contributing with an RBI single in the bottom half of the inning, and his Hawks, a bit of a dream start for him in the play-up game.
Not just a pitcher, he's a ball player.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to watching him pitch. I suspect this might be one of the better pitchers that we'll see this season, and that Bangor will see during the regular season. Pretty rangy. He's about 6'2", 6'3".
That's what I was going to say. Big thing at the major league level right now that you hear him talk about is extension. He looks like a guy that can get some extension down on top of the plate.
Yeah, indeed. And again, great coaching. His dad played professional baseball for more than a decade, I would think, between the United States and he wound up, ended his career in Japan.
First pitch misses a little low to Gavin Glanville-True. Productive leadoff hitter for the Rams. He was on base, it seemed like the whole game when we were here last Friday night against Oxford Hills.
Yeah, he's been doing that all season. Here he runs the count quickly to 2-0. So he's got a little control over this at-bat. And Kenny, again, part of keeping his team close is throwing strikes.
That one misses as well. Glanville True jumps ahead 3-0. Get you the rest of the Bangor lineup here after Kinney delivers his 3-0 offering. That one right down the heart for strike one. Glanville True, the center fielder, leads off, followed by Ethan Sproul, the third baseman, Jacoby Harvey at short, Kyle Johnson behind the dish. Here comes a 3-1. Chopped up the first base line, but foul. After Johnson in the cleanup spot, it's Owen Glanville True, the left fielder, Lucas Rutherford, the pitcher, bats 6th. Jonas Gilly, the second baseman, bats 7th. Matt Turcott, the designated hitter, bats 8th. And Trey Tennant, the right fielder, bats 9th for these Bangor Rams. Payoff pitch to the Bangor leadoff man. Kinney into his motion, and here it is. Down and in. A 6-pitch walk to get the evening going for the Rams offense.
Yeah, both leadoff hitters have done their job here in the first inning of this game. It's Cam Morrison and now Gavin Glanville True, each drawing a walk to get on base.
Ethan Sproul digging in with a runner on first base. Glanville True sprints off the bag over there, getting a big lead. Throw over. He's going to go diving back in.
Yeah, pretty good lead there, trying to see what he could get away with against the rangy Kinney out there. Sometimes when you're big, it slows up the move, but Gavin Glanville True with pretty good speed out there.
Kinney with the delivery. Sproul watches it for a strike, but it pops out of the catcher's glove. McAlpine, he's going to go back to retrieve it, and down to second runs Glanville True.
Well, there's a defensive mistake there. A little pass ball is, again, the ball not in the dirt, and
maybe a little confusion now as McAlpine and Kinney talking things over.
Yeah, they're talking about signals, I think, at this point. And who knows if that's because Gavin Glanville True is now at second base and has a good look at the proceedings there. We hear a lot about sign stealing when it comes to the Red Sox, so I wouldn't think you would try to do it anyplace else.
Big swing and a miss there by Sproul. He's now behind in the count. Kinney, a peek at the runner. Another. And now home with the pitch. Outside. I believe the count is now even at 2-2.
I have 1-2.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Ten pitches in. Kinney delivers that one upstairs for ball 2. Two is fouled back over our heads and out of the stadium. Ticket TV coverage presented in part by Bangor Window Shade and Drapery. They offer custom blinds, shades, drapery, and outdoor awnings at 105 Main Street in Bangor. Upstairs, and the Rams have worked another count full.
Yeah, that's again, that's Bangor kind of grinding at the plate, making the pitcher work. Mostly hard stuff here so far for Mason Kinney. Don't expect anything different on this pitch with a count full.
Payoff pitch. Sproul lines it into right field. That gets down. Glanville True rounding third. He's coming home. Here's the throw. It's cut off at first. And after 2 batters, the Rams on the board. It's Hermon 2 and Bangor 1.
Yeah, 3-2 pitch. Kenny struggling with his control a little bit. May have taken a little off just to get the strike across. And right there is Ethan Sproul. Doesn't have a tremendous batting average, but has had some clutch hits for the Rams. And right there gets his team on the board with the RBI single.
Nice short stroke, poking one to right field as we have another look with our Ticket TV replay. That'll bring up Jacoby Harvey trying to keep the line moving for the Rams. A walk and a single so far in the inning.
Yep, sophomore. Second-year starter, played second base last year, moved over to shortstop this year, and he's carrying a heavy bat this year. I mean, the balls that he hits usually have some ring to them.
Runner takes off from first, pitches upstairs, a throw down, sliding underneath it is Sproul with the stolen base.
Yeah, he got a great jump there off Kinney there. I don't know if we can see it here. He's releasing the ball, and Sproul's already halfway to second base, so had that one stolen easily. Bangor is a team that steals a lot of bases.
Another runner into scoring position here for the Rams. 1-0 offering to Harvey. That's ripped on the ground through the left side into left field. Bangor will hold up the runner at third base. But another hit, and the first three have reached. Runners on the corners, nobody out, and that tying run just 90 feet away here in the bottom of the first. That's going to bring out Matt Kinney from the dugout to talk to his son.
Yeah, I think it all stems from control, because he's struggling a little bit with his control, and it's forcing him to kind of compensate by maybe taking a little off and just trying to make sure he's throwing strikes. And when he does that, we mentioned how many runs Bangor has been scoring, 12-run average the last 5 games, and 116 runs in 10 games this season, and not a team you can always get away with doing those kind of things.
When the meeting on the mound clears, it's going to be Kyle Johnson digging in for the Rams. Catching tonight, he's got 1 runner in scoring position, 2 out there on the diamond. Still nobody out in this bottom of the first inning through 15 pitches from Kinney. Johnson with the upright open stance. Kinney with the delivery. Runner takes off from first. That's fisted in the air towards first. Catch is made. Turning around and tagging the bag. A tailor-made double play. 3 unassisted. Did the Hawks ever need that?
Yeah, foul territory. Just a little bloop toward the opposite field. Good pitch by Kinney there as Johnson laid on it. Doesn't get a full bat on it. And good quick reaction there by the first baseman for Hamden, Cole Alexander, to know that Harvey was long gone toward second base, and he had plenty of time to get the put out.
Nothing Harvey could do there. Off with the pitch. He was hung out to dry. This is Owen Glanville-True digging in, the left fielder. Now just a runner on third with 2 down in the inning, and Kinney trying to get out of this frame with the lead preserved. Check swing foul tip evens the count.
Yeah, this is a good batter for the early confidence of Mason Kinney. Get this guy out without that second run scoring. He leaves the mound with the lead and having escape, so to speak, but being able to throw pitches to get guys out.
Yeah, he had runners on first and third, nobody out. 15 pitches into this first inning. 3 pitches later, 2 outs, runner on the corner, 2 strikes from getting out of it, although that one dips down and away. Glanville-True watches one, catch the inside corner, and that evens the count at 2-2.
So in the Oxford Hills games we had, Owen had 3 hits, and Gavin had 4.
Yeah. They were a busy pair that day, but here it's Kinney battling back to get the punch out that retires the side. Bangor strands 1, they get 1, and after 1 inning, it's Hermon 2, Bangor 1 here at Mansfield Stadium on Ticket TV.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road. From work trucks to weekend rides, if it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. Dean'sDetailing.com.
Black Bear fans, Maine football season tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets at goblackbears.com/tickets or by calling the ticket office at 581-BEAR. That's 581-2327.
We're back here in Bangor, getting ready for the top of the second inning. Hermon coming to the dish with the lead, 2-1 after the first. Ticket TV brought to you in part by Hannaford and Bucksport. They support your local student athletes this fall and spring, I should say, with Hannaford Bucksport. Proud to cheer on their community teams and help make their season a success. Hannaford, proud to be part of the community. Also brought to you by Bangor Mall Cinemas, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater for over 40 years. They feature luxury recliners and an upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com.
It'll be interesting to see if Hermon gets runners on base and tries to steal, because certainly Kyle Johnson's got a gun out there. He's been a successful pitcher for the last 3 years or so for Bangor, and like I said, I haven't seen him catch before, but I just saw him throw it down to second and get there in a hurry.
Not a bad backup arm to park behind the plate for Bangor as Rutherford delivers the first pitch through for a strike.
Bangor is also idle on Monday. They have a bye in their schedule, which perhaps made it more likely that Johnson would be the replacement at catcher, as opposed to if they played Monday and he was in the rotation to throw, they might not have him throw the ball back to the mound 85 to 100 times.
Swing and a miss there for Alexander, now down in the count 1-2. Cole, the Hermon first baseman, who made that key unassisted double play to help the Hawks get out of the top side, or the bottom side of the first inning. And a swing and a miss. Rutherford pumping it through the zone. Gets a swinging K to begin the second inning.
Second strikeout for Lucas Rutherford, coming with the heat there against Alexander.
Second baseman number 2, Dylan Fair.
Dylan Fair now digging in for the Hawks. Second baseman who wears number 2 on his back. McAlpine on deck, and then back to the top of the order for Hermon as they bat here in the top of the second.
Fair, senior, one of the 6 on the Hermon roster.
Ahead in the count here, 2-0. Rutherford has lost it on the first 3 to Fair, who's ahead 3-0. Fair maybe crouching down a little more before that offering, and he takes it upstairs. A 4-pitch walk to start off the second inning for the Hawks. Or 1 out, I should say. 1 out base runner.
It's funny how that momentum changes from batter to batter there. Kind of a dominant at-bat against Alexander to get this first out strikeout, and they are not all that close against
No, 4 to
Fair.
5. First pitch swinging McAlpine towards the shortstop hole. Harvey can't get there. It's a big chopper into left field. A 1 out base hit. Now the Hawks have 2 on here in the second.
Big production by the bottom of the Hermon lineup there. Fair, the 8-batter, drawing the walk, and then McAlpine coming up with the first pitch ground ball, just enough into the shortstop hole. So Harvey didn't have a play on it. That's the 3rd hit of the game already for Hermon, with the top of the order now coming up.
Yeah, they flip it over for Cam Morrison, who drew a 6-pitch walk to start the game. He eventually came around to score. Scoring the game's first run. Bangor giving some signals out there on the diamond. First pitch, a swing and a miss at a pitch that tailed down and in on Morrison.
Hermon starts 5 seniors, 3 juniors, and 1 sophomore. Sophomore being Alexander. Bangor starts all seniors except for, well, it may be different today with Kern starting at first base. Harvey, a sophomore. Owen Glanville True, a junior.
That one chopped off himself in the box. Jumping up and catching a piece of Morrison. Count now 1-2.
Must have felt that just a little bit. He takes a walk around the batter's box before he steps back in.
Something tells me the Nokomis Warriors are coming up on the Hermon Hawks schedule, because I turn around and just saw one Warrior appear in the stands here in Bangor in uniform, and I turn around and see a handful more walking in.
I'll tell you what, they are having a great year. The Nokomis Warriors are number 2 in Class B North right now, 8-1 on the season, have won their last 6 games. Softball team also having a very good year down in Newport as well. I don't know that. See, look at Hermon, who they've got.
That one popped up back towards us. It's going to be a foul ball. Situation here in the second. 2-2, the count on the batter.
Must be a little bit of a tricky sky there in the outfield.
Yeah.
You see
the final moments of sunlight trying to burst through tonight.
Just enough with the bursting through the clouds so you don't get full sunshine.
See a good shot there looking out.
Yeah.
Across the field here in Bangor. Now splash partly in the sun.
Get like waves of it.
2-2 to Morrison. He watches it upstairs. A good at-bat continues, and he has worked another count full. Three and 2 to the Hermon leadoff hitter. 2 runners on, 1 down. Rutherford's delivery is fouled off. Morrison hanging tough.
Yeah, second full count for the Hermon shortstop in as many innings. So he's used up 12 pitches already of the 35 that have been thrown by Lucas Rutherford.
1/3 of them spent on Morrison. Here's another payoff pitch. And it's down and away for ball 4. Morrison walks for the second time in as many innings. And the Hermon Hawks have loaded the bases with 1 down here in the top of the second. It's going to be Sam Hopkins digging in. It was his single to right field that put the pressure on the Bangor defense back in the first inning. Boxed around a little bit out there by Tennant and allowed Morrison, who was off with the pitch, to come around and score the game's first run. A timeout on the field and a meeting on the mound here for the Rams. While we do that, here's a look at the upcoming live events this week on 92.9 The Ticket. This weekend, you got Red Sox and Braves baseball. That's happening right now on the flagship. You have Maine versus UAlbany. That is the final game of the regular season for the Black Bears tomorrow at 1, followed by Red Sox and Braves. Once again, a 7:15 first pitch. And then on Sunday, Sox and Braves in the afternoon at 1:35. Sunday Night Baseball, Padres and Mariners, rounding out the weekend on the Ticket.
And a week from today, the 22nd of May, 4:30, Nokomis at Hermon.
That's what they're scouting for.
And that's going to be a point-worthy game for the Class B folks, because they mentioned Nokomis at 8-1. Hermon, who knows what they'll be by then, but they'll probably be with a pretty good record if they can pull off this win today.
Could imagine Kenny pitching tonight. He'll be lined up for that one at the end of next week, too.
Yeah, indeed. I got to see how many games they play between now and then.
There's a swing and a miss to start this at-bat for Sam Hopkins. Trying to add to the Hermon lead. Singled and scored in the first. 3 ducks on the pond for him right now. Here's the 0-1 from Rutherford, and it backs him up.
Nokomis has games Monday against Winslow, which last I knew was winless in Class C. And then Lawrence on Wednesday the 20th at Fairfield.
Off-speed pitch driven in the air to center field. Parked underneath is Glanville True, but it should be deep enough. Tagging at third base and coming home to extend the Hermon lead. Sliding in safely is Fair, and it's 3-1 Hawks. Also advancing down to third base on the play is
Connor McAlpine. So now runners on the corners with 2 down for the Hawks.
Third baseman number 8, Tommy.
Again, getting that run across there. Solidly hit ball to straightaway center. Routine play for Gavin Glanville True out there, but just ball hit too far out there to even threaten to throw the runner out at the plate.
Tommy Meserve, who grounded out to short his first time up. He's got another runner 90 feet away. Good start here to this Friday night contest for the Hermon Hawks, jumping out in front of Bangor 3-1. Hermon from Class B, Bangor out of Class A. That pitch catches a corner for strike 1.
I mentioned that Nokomis plays Lawrence of Fairfield next Wednesday. Lawrence 7-2. They're a top 8 team in Class B North too. It's funny, some of these teams. Again, I'm an old man doing this. I just remember Lawrence for so many years being an A school. Now they're B and everything. Winslow was an A and B school, and now they're C. And so it's a very point-worthy time. They won't not too many points available next Monday against Winslow, but so that Nokomis, it says here, they've already played. They're coming off they beat Gardner today 8-6.
Yeah, it's looking like they're in full uniform here showing up.
Okay, I didn't see them, so
reaching out and poking that one to right field. It's down in front of Tennant. RBI single and a good piece of hitting as the throw goes back to second. Nearly able to get the base runner at the bag, but poking it the other way. Tommy Meserve, an RBI single, and it's now 4-1 Hawks.
What a brilliant piece of hitting there as he just kind of half swung the bat to get it on the ball and steer it into right field. There was a lot of room over there between first and second base, and he hit a line drive and producing the run. That's a veteran play by the senior third baseman.
Morrison at second. You got Meserve on first, and Kinney trying to help himself out again. An RBI single back in the first. He's got one runner in scoring position. At least a 4-1 lead for when he steps back and toes the rubber for the bottom half of the inning.
Fourth hit, now second of the inning. They've had 2 hits in each of the first 2 innings and scored twice in each of the first 2 innings.
8 and 9 batters both scoring in this inning for the Hawks, getting production from the top and the bottom of the order.
Kinney already with 1 RBI in this game with a first inning single. Chance for another one here.
1-1 to Kinney. Catches a piece, and Rutherford now ahead 1-2. Pitcher on pitcher here. Rutherford to Kinney. The 1-2. Ooh, a late strike call. Catching Kinney looking to end the second, but not before the Hawks plate 2 more. And after an inning and a half, it's Hermon 4, Bangor 1 on Ticket TV.
Have you tried the new happy hour specials at Uno Pizzeria and Grill? Just $6 gets you cheesy garlic bread, mozzarella sticks, buffalo chicken quesadillas, cheeseburger sliders, and much more, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., 9 to close, and all day Sundays. Don't forget about the dough raiser at Uno's. Schedule a dough raiser for your local fundraiser and earn up to 25% of event sales. Contact your local Uno Pizzeria in Bangor for more details at 725 Stillwater Avenue and place your orders at 947-5000 and unos.com.
2025 was an outstanding year of growth for Next Home Experience, and it happened because of you. We appreciate everyone who trusted us to help you buy or sell your next home. Here's to an even bigger 2026. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Back here in Bangor, Kinney warming up for the second inning. He has a 4-1 lead to work with. Coverage on Ticket TV brought to you in part by Hartford's Auto Service. Complete auto repair for all makes and models. Over 30 years of experience. 62 Liberty Drive in Hermon. You can also give them a call at 989-6322. And if you're craving something fun and delicious, Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market on Harlow Street in Bangor has boba snacks, ramen, Jamaican patties, plus boba energy drinks exclusively at Brewer on the at the Wilson Street location next to Hannaford. That one's open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. Bangor store open Sunday through Wednesday, 11 to 8. Thursday through Saturday, 10 to 8:30.
Got some bullpen action for Bangor. Can't tell who it is. A, my eyesight's not that good, and B, he hasn't turned around so I can see the back of his uniform yet.
4 or 5 pitches for Rutherford through the first 2 innings. Right around that number.
Yeah, and he really hasn't fooled at least the top of the Hermon lineup. And even the bottom of the Hermon lineup doing things to create offense.
Rutherford leading off here in the bottom of the second. He fouls the first pitch back. Number 6 hitter in the lineup for the Rams. They got a couple of hits in the first inning. Nice breaking pitch there from Kinney. Had Rutherford bending out of the way before it broke right across the heart of the plate.
We didn't see a ton of breaking pitches in the first inning, but that was great.
Goes back to an off-speed pitch and has Rutherford swinging through it for the first out of the second.
Second straight strikeout for Kinney, who ended the first inning with a strikeout of Owen Glanville True.
1 up, 1 down, and it brings up the Bangor second baseman, Jonas Gilly. Senior digs in from the right side. And the first pitch from Kinney is up and away for ball 1.
Yeah, he's had one of the better batting averages for the Rams throughout the season. He and Tennant, actually Gilly's up a spot in the lineup tonight, but he and Tennant have been very productive as 8-9 batters, or down bottom of the order batters for Bangor, much like we saw from Hermon with Fair and McAlpine in the last inning. They've been doing it all season long.
Swinging away at the 2-0 and flying it into shallow center. Right there to squeeze it for the second out of the inning is Hopkins.
Designated hitter number 5, Matt Turcotte.
Matt Turcotte playing the role of DH tonight. Lefty digs in for Bangor, trying to extend this bottom of the second. First pitch on the corner for strike 1.
Turcotte batting for Alex Kearns, who getting the start at first base with Johnson catching.
Fouled off, wide of third, and Kinney quickly ahead, 0-2, trying to make quick work of the Rams here in the second inning. Back in the box is Turcotte. Kinney ready for the 0-2. Just misses. The Hawks started to make their way off the field. Kinney even took a little look off to the side after the way the last inning ended with him at the dish.
Yeah, I wish I was looking at my center field angle here to see where it missed.
Here's the 1-2, and he's back to put him away with the gas. A little extra emotion out of Kinney as Gilly foul tips it into the Turcotte to end the second. And through 2 here in Bangor, it's Hermon from Class B leading the Rams 4-1 on Ticket TV.
My name's Mia, and McDonald's is helping me earn my degree. Through Archways to Opportunity, I can work and take college classes while receiving help with tuition payments. It's more than a job, it's my future. Apply today.
We are back here in Bangor. Hawks leading this game 4-1. And getting ready to come to the dish to begin the top of the third inning. Leading things off is going to be Edgar LeClaire, the left fielder, followed by Eli Cormier, the right fielder, and Cole Alexander, the first baseman. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by North Star Waste and Recycling. Whether it's remodeling or tackling a big project, North Star Waste and Recycling in Brewer has you covered. Roll-offs for homes, front loads for businesses. You can call 989-4000 or visit 198 Dirigo Drive. North Star Waste and Recycling, dependable, on time, every time.
As we mentioned it, Hermon was in 8th place in the heel point ratings But I'm looking at the heel point ratings right now, and it has him rated 8, but only with a 4-2
Yeah.
record, not counting the win over John Baps earlier this week, and they were 2 points out of 7th and 4 points out of 6. So there's a possibility they could be as high as 5th or 6th in the actual standings when they are updated.
First pitch from Rutherford popping out of the glove of Johnson is 46th pitch as he gets the top of the third inning underway. Here comes the 1-0 to the lefty Leclerc, a swing and a miss.
Pretty comfortable sitting here when it's not raining.
Yeah, really not bad at all.
I don't suspect it's going to get too cold before this game ends.
No, because it's only supposed to get all the warmer tomorrow and into the weekend as another one pops out of the mid of Johnson. You can actually see a very high arcing rainbow forming over the outfield here at Mansfield Stadium.
Very cool. I believe that one end of that rainbow must be where the pot of gold is over by your house, isn't it?
That's not too far away.
Yeesh, you may.
Got to get this game over with.
Hit the lottery.
Comes the 2-1 to Leclerc. Outside, and Rutherford struggling to find the zone here to the leadoff hitter in the third inning. Three and one, and it's chopped on the infield to second. Gilly squeezes it and has to fire one over to first base just to get Leclerc by half a step.
Yeah, good speed by Leclerc. Not a hard hit ball. Gilly had to wait for it a little bit, and when he kind of looked up to see the ball in his glove, he sees the runner out of the side of his eye or corner of his eye, and realized he had to hurry and threw a fastball to first base to get the runner just in time.
One down for the right fielder Eli Cormier. He grounded out to third back in the first inning. First pitch pumped through for strike one. Coverage on Ticket TV also brought to you in part by Novus Auto Glass. You can give them a call today at 945-6688 to get your windshield repaired or replaced. 0-1 chopped softly on the infield. Sproul gloves it at third, and then looked like he was almost trying to eat it anyways. A tough ball to grab on a wet night like tonight.
Yeah, he was trying to get the ball in his. He had basically one shot to get it in his hand, and that's going to go as an infield hit.
Cormier aboard with one down in the inning, and that will bring up Cole Alexander. Struck out swinging to begin the second inning. Now batting with one down in the third.
Fifth different hawk to get a base hit here in the first 2 1/3.
First pitch swinging, a tip into the mid of Johnson for strike one.
Oh, that was close.
Over to first. Yeah. It was close indeed. Out at first base as Cormier picked off for the second out of the inning. Have another look.
Yeah, watch this. Well, you're going to see the
ball catches him mid-stride.
Yeah, he was just kind of casually beginning to take his lead, and that was all Rutherford needed. Sharp throw to first base. Kearns with a tag, and second out of the inning.
And after another wave and a miss by Alexander, Rutherford now a strike away from making this a pretty quick half inning for himself. Here comes the 0-2. And it misses. A couple of Rams beginning to jog off the diamond, trying to help out with the call, but not there.
Yeah, they've got that wasn't a pitch you're going to be able to sell. It was outside the strike zone.
1-2 downstairs to even the count.
Don't suspect that Rutherford will work the whole game. He's up to 56 pitches now. I think he might try to get another inning or two out of him, but not all 7.
Get through the third, and he does so right there. A wave and a miss. Alexander tagged out by Johnson, and that ends the top of the third. First clean inning defensively for the Rams. They're coming to the dish, trailing this one 4-1 after 2.5 on Ticket TV.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you, and with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities, and right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
Four to 1 Hawks in front of the Rams, with Bangor coming to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning on Ticket TV. Our coverage is brought to you in part by Lloyd's Family Market in Old Town on Gilman Falls Avenue. Stop by and grab a fresh sandwich, pizza, or Chester's chicken. Don't forget a homemade whoopie pie, cold drinks, snacks, gas, and delivery on DoorDash or Grubhub. Our coverage also brought to you by the Coach House Restaurant and Brewer for homestyle cooking, homemade desserts, and an experienced-friendly staff. It's the Coach House. Takeout available at 457 Wilson Street in Brewer and online at thecoachhouserestaurant.com. Trey Tennant batting for the first time tonight, leading off here in the bottom of the third inning, and he watches one upstairs for ball one.
Yeah, he's been a solid number 9 hitter, getting on base, solid batting average. Got some speed when he gets on the base. He's driven in several runs as well. I think he's up to 8 or 9 RBIs through the Oxford Hills game.
That pitch catches the zone for strike one, 2-1 to the batter. You think about how this game has gone, really, since that double play that Kyle Johnson popped into, 3 unassisted. Bangor had a lot of traffic before that. The first 3 batters reached, and then since that point, Kinney has been in the zone.
Yeah, 5 batters equals 6 outs, although he's behind on the count here.
That one pumped through to get the count full as the raindrops have begun to fall again at Mansfield.
I hear them.
We're protected up here.
Well, somewhat. We are on a night when there's no wind and there's absolutely no breeze here. You look at the flag in center field, it's still.
Tennant draws a leadoff walk to begin things for the Rams here in the third, and that flips the lineup over to Gavin Glanville-True.
I have the plastic bag out just in case to cover my scorebook, because I'm so intelligent I continue to use pen no matter what the weather is.
Glanville-True walked before coming around to score the Bangor run in the bottom of the first. Fouling that one back over our heads and out of the stadium.
We just mentioned about 10 and 9, having a knack for making little things happen or big things happen. There draws the leadoff walk. Give Bangor a chance to perhaps think about a big inning with the top of the lineup up.
Taken off at first base as that one's poked into left field. The runner doesn't know it. Now he sees it. Catch is made. Long throw back to first. Hermon's got to come off the bag to field it as Tennant's able to get back over there. But nearly the Rams running into some trouble again as Glanville-True flies out to left.
Yeah, pretty good throw there by LeClaire from left field, but not quite enough. Ball for a moment looked like he was headed toward the gap, but it hung up there in left center field, and LeClaire came over and made the catch easily.
Ethan Sproul had an RBI single in the first. Yeah, digging in here.
Let's see if Bangor thinks about running here a little bit.
Kinney thinking that same thing. Throws over to keep Tennant close to the bag. Runner on first and 1 down in the bottom of the third. Bangor looking up at a 3-run deficit.
Yeah, certainly Kinney has settled down here since that the opening of the first inning.
Another throw over. Big lead there by Tennant, but the throw kind of dove its way into the ground.
Yeah,
better throw might have had him.
Just a little bit wide of the base. If he had thrown it right on the base, Tennant would have slid right into it.
There's the 0-1 to Sproul. Off the plate inside to even the count. Taking off at first base goes the runner. A swing and a miss. Throw down. It's a good throw, but just diving in behind it to swipe the bag is Tennant. Hermon players have some things to say about that one in the middle of the infield. They thought they had Tennant at the bag.
If we'll get enough of a look at it, swing to kind of make the catcher think about it, but here's the throw.
Oh, great slide to the back side of the bag.
Yeah, the throw was caught to the front of the base, and again, Tennant, crafty senior there, knew where the ball was coming and was able to slide around it with that right arm, just get the back of the base. And now he's in scoring position.
Sproul evens the count at 2-2. He waved at that pitch too. Almost, it looked like trying to protect Tennant.
He
slow
did.
down
Absolutely
the catcher.
But was it McAlpine? The catcher was came up firing nonetheless. Good concentration there.
Count now full to Sproul. Runner on second. One down here in the bottom of the third.
Second stolen base for the Rams.
Here's the payoff pitch to the Bangor third baseman. And it catches the corner. Strike three. Sproul was getting ready to flip the bat away. But once again tonight, we see a little bit of a delayed strike three call. And Sproul gets caught looking.
Well, it's a consistent delay, though.
Yeah, we hear it here in the stadium before you see the call. So the call itself isn't delayed, just the action.
Just the actual motion.
Ringing
the batter knows.
Yeah. Jacoby Harvey now digging in, the Bangor shortstop. He singled in the first, but he was the last Bangor batter to reach before Johnson popped into the double play.
Third strikeout for Mason Kinney. Go with a couple of walks.
Harvey punches on the ground to second. Glove there. Up with it and over to first for the final out of the inning. Bangor leaves one. And through three at Mansfield, it is Hermon 4 and the Rams 1. You're watching high school baseball on Ticket TV.
Darlings in Bangor is hiring experienced Ford technicians. We've solved the two biggest challenges in the industry, warranty time and flat rate. At Darlings, you'll have guaranteed hours, retail time for warranty, and unlimited earning potential. We offer up to $40 an hour plus incentives, generous PTO, full benefits, and a climate-controlled shop. Apply today at darlings.com. You'll do better at Darlings.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
Back here in Bangor, Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Maine Athletics. For Black Bear tickets, call the ticket office at 581-BEAR. Visit goblackbears.com/tickets. We're also brought to you by Goslin's Bakery, 334 Harlow Street in Bangor. Open 7 days a week. You can grab a breakfast sandwich or one of their legendary donuts or pastries made since 1945. Also check out Goslin's Bakery and Deli and Brewer next to Hannaford. And we're brought to you by Bennett Auto Center. Experience the Bennett Auto Center difference at 99 Thatcher Street in Bangor, or online at BennettAutoCenter.com.
Red Sox in Atlanta tonight to begin a series.
You can hear about their failures coming up on Monday, both in the morning roast, 6 to 8 a.m., and then on the drive, 4 to 6 p.m.
Yeah, I forgot my Red Sox hat in that picture there. They're down 1-0 in the second inning. D. Baldwin, I don't know what his first name is, with a home run.
I want to say Drake, the catcher, right, for Atlanta?
Let's find out. He's DHing tonight.
The DH?
Yeah.
All right.
Hit it, one out in the first inning.
That pitch bends across the zone for strike one here in the top of the fourth inning.
Connolly Early, I think, is on the mound for the Red Sox tonight.
That's not good.
No.
Dylan Fair watching strike one here at Mansfield. That one floats outside to even the count.
We had a lot of days, a lot of evenings when it's rained like this.
It's kind of drizzly.
Yeah, just wet.
Yeah.
We had more recently. We've had some bigger rainstorms, but I would guess probably 3 out of every 5 rainy days we've had has just been this kind of drizzle, just wet enough to be an aggravation.
Here's the 2-1, and it catches the zone to even the count. Two and 2 to the Hawks leadoff hitter in the 4th. And he extends this to a full count.
Yeah, action, left-handed action in the bullpen. It might be Matt O'Connell out there. Big man's going to Husson to play football next year. He's a lineman following his dad's footsteps. Dad went to Bates and played football. Now coaches John Babbs.
Good at bat there by Fair to begin this 4th inning. He draws a 6-pitch walk and heads down to first.
Catcher number 15.
Walk number 4 for Rutherford. Struck out 3. Second walk of the game for Fair.
Yeah, he walked and came around to score to begin things in the 2nd. McAlpine batting now, singled and came around to score. So the Hawks getting some production at the bottom of the order as Rutherford takes another peek over at the runner. McAlpine jumped on the first pitch. His last time up, shows bunt here, pops it up off a third. Diving play made to his feet, firing to first, and diving back in safely. Oh boy. It was a web gem regardless for Sproul, but he almost turned it into 2.
Well, 2 things could have happened. He made a dive on it. If he doesn't come up with his ball, you got 2 runners aboard.
Yep.
So he takes a bit of a chance, but he knows that's probably the only chance he has to make an out. And came up with it with a dive. Great play there, and nearly got the double play.
Turn the lineup over for the Hawks. Cam Morrison batting for the 3rd time tonight. He has walked his first 2 times and watches that one down and in. Two walks and a run scored so far tonight for Morrison. Runner on first, 1 down here in the 4th, and a 1-0. Breaks across the plate for strike 1. Rain picking up once again here at Mansfield. We can hear it pitter-pattering down on the metal roof above us. That pitch misses, and Morrison back in front.
Yeah, just 1 out, so Rutherford just want to be putting Morrison on base to put 2 on with just 1 out. All of a sudden, that great play by Sproul at third base. Potential to go for naught. There's a strike.
Finding the zone with the breaking pitches, and this at-bat to Morrison. Count even at 2-2. Long look, now to the set. And the 2-2 runner takes off at first. It's chopped on the ground to short. Softly hit, charged by Harvey. He gloves, throws a strike to first. Nice play by the Bangor shortstop for the 2nd out. And moving up to second base is Fair.
Yeah, Fair taking off on that pitch enabled Harvey to know that the only play he would have would be to first base.
That is not an easy transition to make in this rain with
Not
the baseball
tonight.
being as slick as it is. And Jacoby Harvey, the sophomore, made that look easy.
Yeah, he's pretty slick back there. Had the runner not been running, though, there would have been a thought about perhaps getting the lead runner at second. That was taken out of the play.
Here's Hopkins, who's delivered a couple of runs in his first 2 plate appearances. Didn't get credit for an RBI the first time up because it was an E9 that allowed Morrison to come around and score. But he had a sac fly his last time up. Officially 1 for 1 with a RBI and a run scored tonight.
Ooh.
Drives that one out to left field, but right there is Glanville True, positioned well, got a good read off the bat, and that's how the top of the 4th comes to an end. After 3.5 here in Bangor, the Rams, some work to do. They trail Hermon 4-1 on Ticket TV.
For the past 10 years, Next Home Experience has grown because of you. Every buyer, seller, and referral helped build who we are today, and your milestones became our memories. The future is even bigger. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
We're back in Bangor with the Rams getting ready to come to the dish in the bottom of the 4th inning. You see Kinney on the mound warming up here. He has found a groove since that bottom of the 1st inning where the first 3 Ram runners reached and one of them scored. Forced a double play, ended up getting out of that inning, and he has sat Bangor down in pretty short order since then. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by the Fitch Company. Electrical and control systems, engineers, technicians, designers, and drafters all ready to tackle complex projects at thefitchcompany.com. We're also brought to you by Pat's Pizza in Hamden. Whether watching or playing baseball can work up quite an appetite. That's when it's time for Pat's Pizza on Main Road in Hamden. Just give them a call at 947-6488 or visit patspizzahamden.com.
Kinney has retired 7 of the last 8 batters he's faced. Good for 8 outs with a double play thrown in there, and retired 4 of those batters by strikeout.
Here's Kyle Johnson, who was the batter that kind of changed the tide for the Rams in the 1st inning. It was his pop-out off the fists at first base with a runner off on the pitch that wound up into a 3 unassisted double play. Kinney got out of the jam and since then has been cruising. 0-2 now on Johnson. Kinney holds that glove high. And a late time called there by Johnson at the plate. Veteran player just trying to mix with the tempo here at Kinney, who quickly delivers the 0-2, and that one misses upstairs.
Yeah, went with the curveball. Stayed up.
Raindrops picking back up, maybe making it a little tougher to spin that baseball. Here's the 1-2. Back to the off speed. Johnson knew it.
He did. He did. He just looked out at Kinney with a kind of a respectful nod almost there.
He was taking a step out of the batter's box as that glove popped the catcher's mitt, or as the ball popped the catcher's mitt.
Strikeout number 5.
Owen Glanville True struck out swinging his first time up. Watches that pitch up and away. So what did you say coming into the inning? You retired 7 of 8 since that
7 of 8
first inning,
beginning with the double play,
and with 5 strikeouts in the mix as well.
Now that's a 5th strikeout he just had. Yeah, so 8 out of 9 with 5 strikeouts to get 9 outs.
Glanville True though ahead in the count here, 3-0.
Just the walk to Tennant in the to lead off actually the 3rd inning. Tennant got as far as 2nd.
3-0 misses upstairs. A 4-pitch walk to the lefty with 1 down. Here in the 4th inning, it's going to bring up the Bangor pitcher, Lucas Rutherford.
3rd walk issued by Gavin Glanville True. Issued by Kinney. Gavin Glanville True drew one of the walks and scored Bangor's only run in the 1st inning.
Rutherford, one of those strikeout victims his first time up, a big hack there, and he's behind 0-1. Down at the feet, having to jump out of the way.
Kinney had a pretty good basketball season last winter as well. I think he was 2nd team. Oh, he's definitely an all Big East performer for the Hawks. He and Carter Wiggin, the guard, senior guard.
Sprayed down the right field line, but that one hooking foul. Count now 1-2 to the Bangor pitcher. Kinney doing some grounds work on the mound out there on a wet night here at Mansfield. Back on the rubber and trying to put down his counterpart for the 2nd time tonight. Here's the 1-2. Went with the breaking pitch, but it stays upstairs. Next pitch will be the 60th of the night for Kinney. And he steps off the mound. Rutherford with that closed-off stance, waiting on the 2-2. And he's worked the count full.
Yeah, I didn't know, but Rutherford might, Glanville True, Owen Glanville True might have gone on that pitch. He's going to go now. There's only one out. No, he's not going to.
Hanging out as that one's popped up back towards the stands. Does McAlpine have a play? Back towards the netting. Yes. He makes it. Nice play by the Hermon backstop as that ball trying to spin its way back toward the field of play. He's running the opposite direction, but able to track it and squeeze it for the second out.
He's going to go quite a ways there, and the fence awaits him, but reaches back with the one hand, makes the catch. Oh, we talked before the game about defense and not giving team extra opportunities, and right now, errorless defense so far by the Hermon Hawks. That one of the best plays.
Jonas Gilly now with 2 down here in the 4th inning. Flew out to center field back in the 2nd. Bangor second baseman 0 for 1 on the night.
Almost surprised not to see Owen Glanville True. I'm not sure what his base running stats are, but it's going to take a couple of hits.
That one popped off the glove of McAlpine, but Glanville True going back to first base.
Yeah, which may say something about the base running there and why he's still at first, because otherwise it's going to take at least a couple of hits for him to score, sitting at first base with 2 outs.
We know if he's anything like Gavin, he is rather quick.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
That one catches the zone and evens the count at 2-2. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gilly awaits from Kinney. Fouls it straight back. Now Glanville True takes off. 2-2 punched on the ground at first. Bobbled a bit over there. Nobody's covering the bag. And diving in safely at first is Gilly. Bangor gets another 2-out base runner. Now has 2 on.
Yeah, fairly sharply hit ball. One hopper off the wrist of the first baseman, Alexander. He tried to pick it up and the ball slipped out of his hand. I think that's got to be an E3.
Well, that's what we get for talking about
defense.
The Hawks defense bringing attention to their clean fielding. 2 on, 2 out for Matt Turcotte, the Bangor DH tonight, digging in from the left side. He struck out back in the 2nd.
Yep. Official scorer agrees with us.
Upstairs to Turcotte.
Yeah, 2 outs. Kenny would like to end it here.
Pitch count getting close to 70. Big swing and a miss. Turcotte looked like he was trying to tie it on that swing.
I don't think anybody's tying it unless it gets into
Not on a night
gap.
like tonight.
The air is heavy and balls don't fly out of here very often anymore anyway, since they switched to the composite bats years ago now.
Kinney ahead 1-2. He's a strike away from getting out of this jam.
Do you remember the old days when the ball did fly out of here?
The best.
Yeah.
That's when I was still playing, and
okay.
I could hit it, to the wall here.
Warning track power did.
Yeah. Swing and a miss at a big curveball there. Kinney puts away Turcotte. He strands 2 on the bases, and after 4 full in Bangor, it is Hermon out of Class B with a 4-1 lead on the Class A Rams here on Ticket TV.
My name's Mia, and McDonald's is helping me earn my degree. Through Archways to Opportunity, I can work and take college classes while receiving help with tuition payments. It's more than a job, it's my future. Apply today.
Back here in Bangor, getting a look at the new Bangor pitcher into the ball game, the lefty, Matt O'Connell. Out of the bullpen for the Rams. Rutherford heads over to first base for the remainder of this one, so his night is through after 4 innings on the mound at least. And it's O'Connell, pitcher, first baseman by trade, a lefty, out there on the rubber.
Yeah, he's pitched, I think, all in relief so far this season for the Rams. Say there's not a lot of complete games.
Here's a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule on Ticket TV. Busy week next week. Monday, we'll have a crew in Hamden for a baseball contest between the Broncos and the Camden Hills Windjammers. Then on Tuesday, 2 games simultaneously, baseball and softball from up in Old Town where the Coyotes host the Hermon Hawks. Then on Thursday, it is John Baps baseball playing host to Ellsworth. That should be a good one out of the Class B ranks.
Yes, indeed. Baps is around 500, but they're in pretty much every game they play relative to that last game.
Careful what you say, Ernie. I think there's a couple of Crusaders parked to our left over here. I see some eyeballs looking at us when we start talking John Baps baseball.
I did not know that. I just said what was in my heart.
Nothing but good things to say about the Crusaders.
No.
First pitch from O'Connell misses for ball 1. That one outside for ball 2. A little different speed out of O'Connell on these first 2 pitches. .20 is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, I mean, you almost get the impression he's going to throw it 150 miles an hour because he's such a big guy. But he definitely changes speeds.
Meserve watches that one dip low for ball 3. He's got a good hitter's count here.
Ground out and a sacrifice fly for Meserve.
Swinging away here and shooting it into right field. Leadoff single for the Hawks in the 5th.
First batter for Hermon with 2 hits. Is that right?
Yeah, had a single back in the 2nd.
Yeah, it was a single. Yeah, I wrote it in the wrong place.
Mason Kinney trying to join him in the multi-hit category. Had an RBI single back in the 1st, struck out looking in the 2nd. Trying to help out his own cause as well on the mound. O'Connell. Throw over to first, but back in safely is Meserve. From a lawnmower to a skidder, Bangor Tire has you covered since 1927. You can visit 514 Colebrook Road in Hermon or BangorTire.com. Runners off with the pitch. Kinney pops it up into shallow right field. No man's land, and the ball's dropped out there. It pops away from Tennant. He picks it up, fires high to second. It shoots into left field. Meserve watches this action in front of him, so he holds up at the bag. And the Hawks have 2 on to begin this top of the 5th. Got to imagine that's a single with a throwing error there with the ground he had to cover.
Yeah.
Although, watching it on replay,
it's
it was there. The play was there to be made.
It was.
Ladies and gentlemen, running for
It was.
first base, number 24, Colin Meerhoff. 24, Meerhoff, pinch running.
Colin Meerhoff pitch running for Mason Kinney, so the pitcher can get a little bit of a breather here till he goes back out on the mound.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an error on the throw. It's pretty close play. I mean, pretty close call though. Don't think they. No, they did. They did give it an error.
Either way, there is 2 on and nobody out for the Hawks here in the top of the 5th.
Second error on Tennant out in right field. You don't see that too often.
Yeah. .1-0 here, lefty on lefty. That misses upstairs, and O'Connell finding some trouble here as he enters the game.
I'm hearing conversation about the scoring of that last play. I heard the word fielder's choice. I said, what?
2-1 now the count.
But they did give him a hit. So chance for a big inning here by Hermon. Nobody out. 2 aboard.
Pitch to LeClaire, a swing and a miss. The count now even at 2-2. O'Connell steps off. Extended look out at second base. 10 pitches into his outing. He's looking for a first out with runners on first and second. LeClaire looking for his first hit of the night, or at least to move these runners over, and now O'Connell spins and bluffs off the backside.
Actually, they didn't give him a hit. They called it a fielder's choice, but I don't know how you do that.
2-2. Poking at it to stay alive, popping it up off third, charging hard over there with Sproul towards the fencing of the Hermon dugout. Had to go into a slide to stop his momentum.
What'd you give him?
I just wrote E9 on the throw.
Okay.
runner on base.
Okay, well, that would be, that would be.
I guess the fielder's choice aspect, because there was the runner at first, so.
Right, but.
Had he even dropped it, then picking it up to get that guy out.
At first?
The bag would have made it a fielder's choice, but then the error is how the guy gets to second base.
Yeah, that's how he got there. But.
Yeah. Once again, the 2-2, and watching that one up and in. O'Connell not bringing the heat, so you can track it a little longer. And LeClaire, watch that one go right under his chin.
Yeah.
Now 3-2. Payoff pitch. Here it is. And LeClaire ducks underneath it. He will trot down to first with ball 4, and the Hawks have the bases loaded with nobody out to begin the 5th inning.
Lucas Rutherford, the starter, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts.
Eli Cormier singled his last time up, but then was picked off at first base. He's 1 for 2.
Rutherford with 71 pitches through those 4 innings.
Big looping breaking pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, I think if you're Cormier, you got to take a strike. You got to make O'Connell find the strike zone, although it may be tempting to go after it once you know it's going there.
1-0 misses up and away for ball 2. And going out now to talk things over.
And we are going to have some bullpen action. I can tell you who it is in just a second.
Well, they meet on the mound. Here's a look at the Hermon High School profile presented by Northeast Driving School.
Yes, 567 the enrollment at Hermon High School. It's a school with enrollment on the rise. Rick Sinclair, the athletic administrator, Brian Walsh, the principal for the Hawks. And did you know, in 1823 and 1824, Reverend John Bovey Dodds of Levant claimed his house was haunted by a poltergeist. Loud bangs, moving furniture, and the whole home shaking. Curious neighbors flocked to witness the disturbances, so much so that the town eventually pushed Dodds to leave.
Well, all right.
3-0, the count.
The things you learn on Ticket TV.
Yes, indeed.
Here's a 3-0 with nowhere to put him. It catches a piece for strike 1.
Warming up now. Now starting to warm up for Bangor is Jude Gagan Chavez, a junior, number 15, a right-hander. Infield in here for Bangor.
Cormier trying to break this game open. 3-1, he watches it downstairs, and that will force in a run. Cormier with the RBI, and the Hawks extend the lead to 5-1. Bases still loaded with nobody out.
First baseman number 23, Cole Alexander.
Cole Alexander, who struck out swinging his first 2 times, digging in here with the bases loaded.
Comey of the RBI as Meserve scores from third. I mean, Hermon's doing the right thing. You got to take pitches.
They're watching it.
Second straight walk issued by O'Connell.
That one missing as well for ball 2. Can't be an overly fun night to come into if you're just getting fresh and trying to find it in the game.
Yeah, it's probably like you can never get loosened up enough, I don't think, if you're not getting loosened up an hour before the game and go directly into it after that.
3-0 here to the Hermon first baseman. Watching it all the way for strike 1.
Alexander has struck out his first 2 times. Not looking to.
Taken all the way there, it looked like, and now the count full at 3-2.
Good battle back here by O'Connell. Got to come with one more, though.
Payoff pitch from O'Connell. And it's in the dirt for ball 4. Another walk to force in a run. Alexander down to first base with the RBI. 6-1. Hermon here at Mansfield.
Here comes Dave Morris out to the mound again. That time, the pinch runner, Colin Nierhoff, scoring for the Hawks.
Looks like we're getting a pitching change here with a new Bangor pitcher coming into the game. We're going to grab a quick timeout here. Hermon leading it 6-1. They got the bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the 5th. Got to wait to get some information on this new Bangor pitcher. We will have that when we return. Quick timeout back at Mansfield Stadium right after this on Ticket TV.
You ever wish you could rewind everything and press play one more time? Back to when connections meant something, when we played to just play, and adventures started with nowhere to be and all day to get there. Somewhere along the way, we got stuck in fast forward. We forgot to hit pause and see that the open road to everything we miss is actually right in front of us. Find your open road with Harvey RV and Marine, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
2025 was an outstanding year of growth for Next Home Experience, and it happened because of you. We appreciate everyone who trusted us to help you buy or sell your next home. Here's to an even bigger 2026. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Oh, back here at Mansfield Stadium. Excuse me, just a second. Hermon High School on top of Bangor 6-1. We are in the 5th inning, top of the 5th. Hermon with the bases loaded, nobody out, and Bangor going to the bullpen for the second time tonight. And now pitching is Jude Gagan Chavez, a junior, number 15, right-hander, in for Matt O'Connell. Hawks still nobody out, 2 runs in, and the bases loaded here in the 5th. They try to break the game open. Chavez will face the 8-9 batters in the Hermon order, Dylan Fair and Connor McAlpine. Before we go to the top of the order once again, Hermon with 2 runs in the first inning, 2 runs in the second, and 2 here in the 5th. Bangor scored its only run in the bottom of the first. Light drizzle continues to fall here. Chavez, the 3rd pitcher of the evening for Bangor. Lucas Rutherford worked the first 4 innings, allowing 4 runs on 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 4 walks. And now Gagan Chavez pitches to Dylan Fair, the second baseman for the Hawks. Ball 1 high and outside is the first delivery by Gagan Chavez. Fair walked in the second inning and wound up scoring a run. Walked also in the fourth inning. 2-0 the count now. 7 walks issued by Bangor pitchers through 4+ innings. Gagan Chavez pitching out of the windup. The count goes to 3-0. He didn't have a long time to warm up. I know he had warmed up in the last inning, and then a couple of batters into this inning, he went back out and started warming up again. But gets the strike call on the 3-0 count, so 3-1. See Mark Paulette coming back here there. He's walking across behind the backstop as Fair draws a walk. That's now the 4th consecutive walk issued to Hermon batters, and that's good for a RBI as Edgar Leclerc scores from third. It is now 7-1. Didn't miss too much.
Walks and the runs keep coming.
Yeah, 5 pitches, 4 of them balls. This is Jude Gagan Leclerc, Chavez, pitching. Second batter up now in the inning that he's faced is Connor McAlpine, the number 9 hitter in the order. He takes ball 1.
1-1 now to the number 9 hitter for the Hawks. Productive spot in the order, though, for Hermon so far tonight.
Yeah, it really is. Bottom 2 spots, really. That kind of tells you the potential of the lineup to know that Hermon's, they haven't scored a ton of runs this year, but they've got potential in both the bottom and the top of the order. And the middle of the order should be a place where you can generate offense as well.
McAlpine straight up. That's the first out of the inning. Base is still loaded. As the lineup turns over now, Cam Morrison coming back up at the top.
8th batter of the inning. So far, 3 runs have scored. 3 runners on the base paths and 1 out.
This is a position that the Bangor Rams have not been in before this season, and can't imagine they'll be in too many times for however long this season lasts, down 6 runs.
Yeah, the only loss of the season was a 7-4 decision at Mount Ararat.
Wave and a miss there by Morrison, and he's now behind 0-2.
Mount Ararat, the number 3, the defending regional champion, number 3 team in this year's Heel points, with just 1 loss on the season. The top 3 teams in the division, all with just 1 loss.
0-2 misses outside. Off-speed pitch.
Should be out of play. Oh, it's
hopping it and Sproul. Oh, he can't squeeze it over
No.
there by the fencing. You see the ball pop out and onto the dirt warning track. Fencing just extends out about another 4 to 5 feet over there, which gave him an opportunity to make the play.
Yeah, just beyond that third base dugout. There's a little more room in foul territory, but it's tough to judge where the line is if you're chasing down a foul ball over there. Let's see if Morrison can make him pay.
Chavez missing upstairs to even the count. Gagan Chavez 2-2. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with the bases loaded, Cam Morrison is running nowhere. 2 down now in the inning. Gagan Chavez gets the strikeout.
Yeah, nice pitch there.
Center field number 16, Sam Hopkins.
Sam Hopkins, the 9th man to bat in the inning for the Hermon Hawks.
Yeah, he's hit the ball hard. Last time up, a line drive to left center field that was flagged down by Owen Glanville True.
Began his night with a single in the first, came around to score a run, and then he had a sac fly in the second inning. Trying to plate Maybe a couple more here for the Hawks. Here's the 0-1. And it misses for ball one.
Yeah, you know he'd like to get a good piece of a pitch here and deliver a couple of more runs.
Here's the 1-1. Downstairs in the dirt, swallowed up by Johnson.
Sam Hopkins had a heck of a football season last fall for the Hawks. One of the top players in Class C. Running back, linebacker. And kind of see that aggressive approach at the plate as well.
There's the 2-1. Good breaking pitch there by Gagan Chavez. Sweeps into the zone for strike two.
Yeah, it's a pitch with a good 12-6 break. You've only got one chance to hit. Yeah, I opted to pass that time.
2-2. Down in the dirt, and the count runs full. Three, two down, bases loaded. Everybody's going to get a little jump start here. And it winds up over the head of Hopkins. He ducks underneath it for another free pass that forces in a run. That is the fourth of the inning, correct?
4 runs, 5 walks.
Fourth free pass that results in an RBI for a Hamden batter.
That is Cole Alexander. Eli Cormier scoring from third on that play. He was running with the pitch with a full count there and 2 outs.
Second RBI of the game for Hopkins. This is now Tommy Meserve digging in, and he began this 5th inning rally with a single. Quickly down in the count, 0-2. Bangor trying to get out of the inning. The 0-2. That dips down and away for ball one.
6 different Hawks have an RBI. 5 different Hawks have hits, 2 apiece for Mason Kinney and Meserve.
1-2. On the ground to short. Over to Glovitus Harvey on a backhand. Long throw to first, not in time. It's going to bring home 2 Hermon Hawks. The initial runner scored, and then Morrison never put on the brakes, rounding third. He crosses home plate. What's happening here? They call him out at first base? Oh, my goodness. He was
Matt Kinney
beyond
not
the
happy.
bag.
Let's see that again.
Yeah, if we have a replay of it, the runner was close to right field by my vantage point by the time that ball got. So it was closer than we thought, but.
So that.
So no runs scored. So it's 8-1. So no runners come across. The out is called at first base. And it is 8-1. You can see there, though, he's already on his second or third step by the time the ball's collected. Second or third step after the bag. We will.
That was not a good one.
Now, Matt Kinney is voicing his opinion. His team now in front 8-1 as a couple of runs come off the board.
He's saying go to the replay.
We're gonna.
So that was basically what 6-3, I guess, right?
Just a 6-3 putout to end the inning. We're gonna hold it right here because we took that break when I threw you all a curveball and ran away to the bathroom during the pitching break in the inning. But the Hermon Hawks coming out onto the field.
I like this. We're not taking a break. I'd like to see that one more time.
We'll bring it back up. 6-3 out
that's
to end
play.
the inning. Here's another look at it.
Chop at a shortstop. Backhand by Jacoby Harvey. Comes up firing. He's got a strong arm.
Strong arm. He gets it there on a hop. Credit to him to
see if we can
make it a close play. But here as we zoom it down into our ultra slow-mo on Ticket TV.
Okay,
he's on the bag now.
Yeah.
As that ball.
Yeah, he's on and it's still bouncing.
Yeah, he gets to the bag before that ball bounces on the infield cutout.
Wow.
You can see he's already beyond the bag, signaling safe.
Yeah.
And then to the point where no one really realized what was happening.
Yeah.
We all thought Morrison was coming around to score a second run. Either way, 8-1. It's Hermon with the lead, and you'd have to imagine maybe a little extra motivation in the right arm of Kinney as he goes back up on the bump here.
Well, it's something else to consider, too. If that play is called what we originally thought it should be called, it's 10-1, and all of a sudden you're looking at a 10-run rule, perhaps.
Well, the winning run is potentially 90 feet away at that point. The inning is
well,
still alive.
Yeah,
180.
Bangor would get their at-bats, but
Yeah.
it would be a 10-run lead if that runner at third could score.
Yeah, that could be a big call, but it also could not be because this is an 8-1 scoreline, and Kinney back to dealing out there on the mound.
Kinney 1-2 to the first batter he faces, which is Trey Tennant. You wonder how he's going to react. He had quite a bit of a rest there, but it didn't affect the fastball as he strikes out Tennant there on 3 pitches.
Kinney, we've seen it a couple of times tonight when he gets a punch out in a big situation, he'll let out a little bit of emotion. He did right there, too, feeling a little vindicated. Trying to put the Rams down here and get these final 8 defensive outs of the ball game at this point.
Strikeout number 7.
That one is slapped out of the park to the left. Back to the top of the Bangor order for Gavin Glanville-True. 0 for 1 with a walk. Back in the first inning, scored the only run of the game for the Rams. And he's ahead in the count here, 2-1. Or is that just ball 1? Am I getting ahead of myself?
I have 1-1.
All right, there's ball 2. Having to jump out of the way of it. Glanville-True, very dirty uniform. He has been all over the diamond today. A big wave and a miss at that one. Up in the zone, and the count even at 2-2.
Bangor has not had a hit since the third batter of the game for Bangor.
Next pitch will be the 80th of the outing for Kinney. He does not appear to be laboring, though, almost getting stronger as he goes.
Yeah.
That one misses as Glanville-True continues to work a good at-bat. And a 3-2 misses outside. Glanville-True on for the second time tonight via walk.
Walk number 4 issued by Kinney.
Third baseman number 4, Ethan Sproul.
Ethan Sproul digging in. Had an RBI single back in the first. Struck out looking in the third. First pitch misses outside. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by the Growing Place in Polish, helping families grow for less while polishing your home for a fraction of retail costs. Check them out first, check them out often. Do Green Sustainability is always trending at 1221 Broadway and 548 Hammond Street in Bangor.
Looks like Kinney may be overthrown a little bit here. Get fired up after that first strikeout and struggling to find the strike zone since then. He just needs to worry about getting batters out.
Yeah, long look, and now a throw over to Glanville-True at first base. He's working with a 7-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Glanville-True, the way he just bounces off the bag at first base, easily catches the attention of the pitchers out there.
Yeah, he definitely can distract you out there. But with a 7-run lead, if you're Kinney, you just don't worry about the runner.
Might be what Meserve and McAlpine are reminding him of right there. 3-0 to the number 2 hitter in the Bangor lineup. Runner on first, 1 down. Springing off the bag over there is Glanville-True. And back-to-back base runners now for Bangor here in the 5th. Back-to-back free passes issued as we get into the middle of the Rams lineup.
Shortstop number 2, Chip Colby.
Yeah, I don't know what, if any, pitch limit that Matt Kinney has on his son, but You've now got 7 strikeouts and 5 walks, and that's how the pitches add up. And we're at 85 right now. Not that he's going to come out immediately, but
Harvey, first pitch swinging. That'll help the cause. Popped up on the infield. Over to squeeze it for out number 2 is fair. 2 on and 2 out now for the Rams, and that's a big, quick out. Harvey 1 for 2 on the night, but as you mentioned earlier in the game, swinging a heavy bat this year.
yeah, swinging a heavy bat, but at the same time, I guess he figured that Kinney had to throw a strike, but he just threw 4 balls in a row. Actually, at least walks. 5 in a row. More warm-up action in the Bangor bullpen.
Here's Johnson digging in. He's had a rough night at the dish so far, popping into that double play in the first. Strikeout looking his last time up. The runners bluff, but don't go anywhere. As the first pitch misses down and away for ball 1.
I mean, they may try to steal because they're down 7 and need runs, but also hate to get thrown out.
1-0 missing upstairs for ball 2. Johnson jumps ahead 3-0. Next pitch will be the 90th of the evening for Kinney. Here it is. And it is the 3rd walk issued in this inning. Bases now loaded with 2 down. And it's Owen Glanville True coming up for the Rams. Owen tonight 0 for 1. He walked his last time up in the 4th inning. Saw 4 straight balls.
Yes, 2 of the last 3 batters have gone reach base on 4 ball walks.
Kinney catches the black right there to jump ahead for strike 1. Off-speed offering misses. For home-style cooking, just like Mom makes, visit the Farmer's Table at 15 Stetson Road in Corinna. Kinney into the windup. Here's the 1-1. In the air to shallow center field. Shortstop going back, a step onto the outfield grass. Morrison squeezes it, and Kinney gets out of the jam. The Rams leave him loaded, and through 5, it is all Hermon here in Bangor. 8-1, the Hawks on top of the Rams at Mansfield on Ticket TV.
You ever wish you could rewind everything and press play one more time? Back to when connections meant something, when we played to just play, and adventures started with nowhere to be and all day to get there. Somewhere along the way, we got stuck in fast forward. We forgot to hit pause and see that the open road to everything we miss is actually right in front of us. Find your open road with Harvey RV and Marine, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
2025 was an outstanding year of growth for Next Home Experience, and it happened because of you. We appreciate everyone who trusted us to help you buy or sell your next home. Here's to an even bigger 2026. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Back here on a Friday night in Bangor, Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Old Town Redemption Center, family owned for over 30 years. They're open Monday through Saturday with monthly giveaways of $100. Find them at 13 Chester Street in Old Town. Call 827-7887. We turn to the top of the 6th inning. Hermon comes to the plate. They lead this ball game 8-1. Looks like the Hawks are going to get some action going down in the bullpen. Still some discussions going on between the umps and the, well, initially, I believe a Hawk assistant coach, Kinney, coming over.
I think that's Maddox Kinney there.
Yeah, into the picture.
He's taller than his brother.
It'll be Mason to lead off the inning.
Leading off for Hermon in the 6th, the pitcher number 12, Mason Kinney.
Kinney first pitch swinging back to the mound, right at the pitcher. Throw over to first base for the first out of the inning. Rutherford hanging on to the bag. Edgar LeClaire coming up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. 0 for 2 with a walk, excuse me. That came in his last plate appearance. One of many Hawks to walk in that 5th inning.
8 different runners, 8 different Hawks have scored.
A busy night on the base paths for Hermon.
Nobody scored more than once.
(1-0) catches the inside corner.
And Alexander would have scored on that play in the last inning, and
Yeah.
would have been the 9th guy, different Hawk to score. Actually, Mason Kenny has not scored, but he had a pinch runner score for him.
Here's the 1-1 dipping down low. Two and 1 to the Hermon number 5 hitter in the lineup. LeClaire awaits, swings away, and fouls it back and out of the stadium.
Hermon batters have drawn 9 walks in this game. Bangor batters have drawn 6.
2-2, a breaking pitch. Taken there to run the count full.
I thought there was going to be action in the Hermon bullpen, but I don't see any out there.
Well, they're just standing right now, watching the action.
You got a better angle, 90. Oh, I see him up against the fence.
And that pitch misses inside. LeClaire down to first base for his 2nd time in as many at-bats. Free pass to begin the 6th inning here for the Hawks. 1 down, 1 on, and it'll bring up the right fielder, Eli Cormier. Gagan Chavez, a peek at the runner, now delivers, and fouling it off himself is Cormier for strike 1.
Atlanta 2, Red Sox nothing.
You're in typical Red Sox scoreline.
Top of the 6th, yep. See, I would have fully expected to see 1 run by now.
Going with the breaking ball there, slapping it to right, but Tennant ranges over and makes the catch for the 2nd out. Cormier out on the fly out. 2 down, and that'll bring up Cole Alexander.
First baseman number 23, Cole Alexander.
Alexander hasn't scored, but he did pick up an RBI on his last time up on a free pass. Part of that line that just kept moving for the Hawks in the last inning.
10 batters went to the plate. They're in the top of the 5th for Hermon.
Here's a look at the Bangor High School profile.
1,100 the enrollment. Stephen Enestein, the veteran athletic administrator, and Paul Butler, veteran principal. For Sam the Ram and the rest of the Rams. The mysterious Sam the Ram, who we don't see very often. Did you know Bangor's Thomas Hill standpipe, built in 1897, holds 1.75 million gallons of water and was painted olive drab during World War II for camouflage due to its proximity to Dow Army Airfield?
Well, as you see it there, still illuminated in the background out beyond left field here at Mansfield. Still standing high over the city. Striking out Cole Alexander to end the inning. Gagan Chavez gets him swinging. And through 5.5, it is Hermon 8, Bangor 1 here on Ticket TV.
From school drop-off to holiday road trips, your family deserves to feel safe, no matter the conditions. And at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer, they'll help you find the best all-weather tires for your vehicle and any commute. With the best selection of all-weather tires in the Bangor area, Twin City Tire also offers the lowest prices on new tires, guaranteed. Save on new tires now, or get ahead and schedule your winter tire swap today at Twin City Tire and Service, proud sponsor of the Maine Black Bears. 609 Wilson Street, Brewer.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. Dean'sDetailing.com.
Back here at Mansfield Stadium in Bangor, it is all Hermon here tonight. See the scoreline 8-6-1 for the Hawks, 1-2-2 for the Rams as Bangor comes to the plate here in the bottom of the sixth inning, trailing by 7. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Crystal Clear Family Pet Center. Don't forget your pets. Visit Crystal Clear Family Pet Center, 33 High Street in Ellsworth. Rutherford, first pitch swinging, lines one down the left field line. A wide turn at first, but he's back with a leadoff single to start things for Bangor.
Third hit of the game for the Rams, first since the first inning. On pitch number 94 from Mason Kinney.
Rutherford now 1 for 3 as Jonas Gilly digs in for the third time tonight. 0 for 2 so far.
Got to remember, this is a Bangor team averaging 11.6 runs per game this season. They've been shut down at this point. We'll have to watch and see if there are any signs of fatigue on the part of Mason Kinney here as he approaches 100 pitches.
Pitch misses upstairs to Gilly. Swing and a miss to even the count. One to the Bangor second baseman, fouled straight back, and Kinney now one away from another punch out. In search of number 8 this evening, here's the 1-2, and it skips its way to the dish. Two. Upstairs, and the count runs full. Next pitch will be the 100th of the evening for Kinney. Will be interesting to see how long the Hawks ride with him.
The fourth 3-ball count in the last 8 batters that he's faced.
And that one up and away for ball 4. The first 2 Rams have reached here in the 6th.
Here comes Matt Kinney out to the mound.
Making the slow walk.
See if he's going to go here. That was pitch 100, by the way. Over 5+ innings.
Kinney puts the baseball back in his glove. Getting some instruction from Dad and back to the dugout. Still his game.
Now pitcher number 15, Jude Gagan-Chavez.
Jude Gagan-Chavez coming to the dish for the first time tonight for the Rams. Number 15, the pitcher now in the ball game.
Yeah, that was spot originally held by Matt Turcotte, who was DHing. DH for the first baseman, Alex Kearns, and then Matt O'Connell also went into that spot, the 8th spot in the lineup, and now Gagan-Chavez, who replaced O'Connell on the mound, getting his first at-bat. He's trying to wait out Kinney.
He's ahead of him, 3-0. Kinney running into some trouble here to start off the 6th inning, a 7-run lead, but in danger of putting a third runner on base. And that one's through for a strike. (3-1) on its way. And missing for ball 4. Bangor has loaded the bases. A single followed by back-to-back walks here to begin the 6th.
8 walks now to go with 7 strikeouts.
105 pitches as Trey Tennant digs in for the third time tonight. He walked in the third. He struck out in the fifth. Big spot here for the Rams. And the first one misses up top. One 0 backs up Tennant.
This may be the last batter that Kinney faces.
Is 2-0. Tennant had a notion, but watches it for strike one.
Nobody out. This looks so much like the beginning for Hermon when they scored 4 runs.
3-1 now.
Walks with a key factor in that inning until the controversial call at first base that ended the frame.
Tennant watches the 3-1 dip low. That'll force in a run, 3 straight walks. And it's now 8-2 Hermon. Coming in to score from third is Rutherford. And now, Matt Kinney's going to make a change.
Yeah, he has to. At this point, he's not going to finish the game. He wouldn't have finished the game anyways with the pitch count at 110. And he's got to do something to change mojo here. We'll see. It looks like the right fielder is coming in to pitch. Eli Cormier, perhaps.
So Kinney's staying in the game.
Yeah, he might. I suspect he would be a. Well, we'll see where they put him. I don't know.
A lot of changing gloves and changing mitts out there on the diamond right now for the Hermon Hawks.
I suspect Kinney would be the first baseman, but I don't know that.
What it's looking like. Let's see. It looks like is that 9 coming out of the dugout here to take the mound.
Yeah, he just switched gloves, I think. That's Cormier, the right fielder.
Yep. So Cormier in on the mound. He'll get his warm-up pitches, but he's got his work cut out for him coming into a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation.
He just needs to deal with the batters primarily. Got to throw strikes. I mean, that's, you know.
That is first and foremost.
And the issues. What do we got here? We got 18 walks in this game combined.
Here's a look at the Hermon Hawks' upcoming schedule.
The game in the 7th spot on the batting order, playing right field for Hermon, number 3, Mike Fowler.
Mike Fowler now into the game in right field for the Hermon Hawks. Kinney moves over to first base. And Cormier on the mound.
Correct. What was I about to say before I stopped to...
you might have been talking about the Hermon upcoming schedule as we now show you the Bangor upcoming schedule.
Hermon beat, Foxcroft 17-1 and John Baps 1-0. Great pitching duel there. That was, matter of fact, Mike Fowler, who just came in the game at third base, got the pitching win in that game. Complete game, struck out 9, walked 2, gave up just 4 hits. Good ball game all around, though. And you see the games coming up. And now the Bangor schedule coming off wins over Oxford Hills last week on Ticket TV last Friday, and then a couple nights ago at Brunswick. And they have the rematch against Messalonsky next Wednesday down at Oakland. Bangor won that game. That's the next outing for the Rams, who I think only have a couple more home games in the regular season.
So to reset the situation, bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Bangor down by 6, and their leadoff hitter digging in to face the new reliever. Glanville True watches the first one outside for ball 1.
Well, Bangor has a chance to get back in this pretty quickly, actually. Top of the order coming up. Nobody out.
That one's through for a strike.
Yeah, if you call me, you come in, you throw strikes. Let your defense do the work. Force out at every base, of course, for Hermon.
1-1 hit high in the air on the infield. Fair camps underneath it and squeezes it for the first out of the inning.
Couldn't ask for anything more than that to get a pop-up in the infield.
Big out number 1. But the bases are still loaded. Ethan Sproul now coming up. 1 for 2 tonight at the dish with a walk. He's also got an RBI back in the first inning. Looking to bring home some more right here. First pitch, too tall for ball 1. Working quickly, Cormier back at it and a swing and a miss. One dips down and away. Here the Bangor dugout starting to make some noise. Each ball gives them a little more hope.
Well, a couple of hits. We got 2, 3, 4 coming up now with 1 out. A couple of hits, and it's a manageable deficit.
Here's the 2-1. On the ground, up the middle, off the glove of the new pitcher, and everybody's going to be safe. Sproul, a second RBI. Topping it over the head of the pitcher, and the base is still loaded for the Rams.
I would say the glove of Cormier, though, probably saved 1 run from scoring at least now, because that ground ball was destined for center field, and probably, it's all likely, the second run would have scored. Gilly scores from third.
Jacoby Harvey coming to the dish now. He is 1 for 3, singled back in the first. But a dangerous bat here for Cormier to deal with. First pitch through for strike 1.
Yeah, nice pitch there. Harvey looking to drive the ball. Oh!
That one gets through to the backstop, coming home from third, the throw, and he gets in! Just ahead of the throw at the plate. Scoring from third base, Gagan Chavez, and there's another run for Bangor.
I think if Cormier had got to the plate a little quicker, he might have had a play. He kind of held up about 20 feet from the plate as he was coming in from the mound, and McAlpine did a good job of getting back to the ball, but everybody advances on the wild pitch.
1-1 backs up Harvey. Tying run all of a sudden on deck for the Rams. 2-1 is upstairs, and Harvey has a hitter's count to work with. Harvey pinwheels the bat, now holds it high, waiting on the 3-1 from Cormier. And it's outside for ball 4, and that'll reload the bases for the Rams.
Catcher number 20, Kyle Johnson.
Here comes Kyle Johnson representing the tying run. Ticket TV, always free, live, and on demand. You can catch this game again at 929theticket.com right after it processes once we go final. Here is Johnson representing that tying run, and he watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. 8th batter of the inning for the Rams. Skipping in there, and Johnson ahead 2-0. Still only 1 out in the inning. 2-0 on the Bangor catcher. Cleanup hitter ahead in the count. Cormier into his motion. There is nowhere to put Johnson.
No.
.3-0 downstairs to force in another run. It is now 8-5. Dave Morris talking things over with his left fielder, Owen Glanville-True. Bases loaded, one down, the tying run now standing at first base.
I'll tell him to take a strike, first off. In at the corners and double play depth up the middle for the Hermon defense.
First pitch catches a piece of him. Cormier can't believe it. He holds his arms up. That'll force in another run, this time on a hit by pitch. It's now a 2-run game.
Let's see what let's see it.
So as was the case in Hermon's biggest inning when they were just kind of watching the free passes go by and runs come across the dish back in the 5th. The same now happening for the Rams here in the 6th. Lucas Rutherford, a big wave and a miss. He got this inning going with a single. And at this point, he's trying to get himself off the hook.
Indeed.
Tying runs in scoring position. That one gets through. McAlpine can't get it back to the plate. His throw gets away. Bangor holds the runner at third base as coming around to score was Harvey. And it is a 1-run game at 8-7.
Boy, this is just a bizarre set of circumstances here.
It is unraveling in a hurry on the Hawks. Kinney is now on the field trying to ask about something.
He wants to see if he can get that call back back in the 5th inning back.
Again, we go back to the 5th inning when at the time Hermon was up 8-1. There was a ground ball to shortstop that our replay shows the runner beat the throw to first. That would have plated 2 runs at the time for Hermon to make it 10-1. They would have been 1 run away from potentially going up by 10 to make this a mercy rule situation. Of course, Bangor would have had the opportunity still to bat, but the Hawks were right there, 90 feet away from going up by 10.
Who knows how that inning ends, right?
Yeah.
Because you would have had runners at first and third, up 10-1. And then we're going to have a pitching change here, I think.
Yep, third new pitch. No,
maybe not. Let's see here.
Maybe just some work on the mound?
Number 8 is Tommy Missouri.
Look at what is that? The spike cleaner back
yes,
there? They just pulled something up out of the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they just cleaned it.
They kick the dirt out of there after getting filled up all game. Shout out to the groundskeeping of Tommy Meserve coming over to do the job from third base.
So I got this figured out.
Well, it appears we have the issue fixed. Now ready to get the game back underway. It's a 1-1 count on the Bangor batter, Lucas Rutherford. Potential go-ahead run at second base, tying run at third. And it's fouled back out of the stadium.
Yeah, 1 and 2 here. Cormier ahead of Rutherford. He and the Hawks would love to get an out here, but Bangor wants to continue putting on pressure.
Grounded over the mound off the glove of Cormier, bobbled it short. Now they throw to first. They get the out there, throw to the plate, not in time. This game is tied. Rutherford out by half a step at first. Coming home to tie this game are the Rams from third base, and they have rallied for 7 runs here in the 6th inning as you see Johnson come home from third. That was close too.
Might have been safe there, but I don't know if that's the equalizer or not. But RBI for Rutherford, nonetheless. Bangor scores the tying run. Kyle Johnson coming home from third base.
Rutherford is indeed now off the hook, and now we got Jonas Gilly batting for a second time in the inning. He walked and came around to score about 15 minutes ago. Go-ahead run for the Rams at third base. how quickly this thing could flip. If they plate that run, they came into this bottom half of the 6th inning down by 7. They could leave it needing 3 outs to win the game. That one's through for a strike.
And they were, 90 feet from being in a position to be 10-run rule.
Yep. Gilly chops that one foul off himself in the box.
Because that would have been 10-1 with a runner on third base. Because 2 runs were scoring on that play, which turned out to be officially a 6-3 put out to end the inning. That's all it was. It was a whole lot of other stuff that happened. But
a massive turning point in this one is Gilly hits it on the ground to second base, collected there by Fair. He throws to first. The inning is finally over, but not before the Rams rally for 7 to tie this game at 8. We have played 6 at Mansfield, and we are even 8-all here on Ticket TV.
Life is so much better when you
7
impact the
runs on
lives
2
of those
hits.
around you. And with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities. And right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
For the past 10 years, Next Home Experience has grown because of you. Every buyer, seller, and referral helped build who we are today. And your milestones became our memories. The future is even bigger. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
We are back here in Bangor where things have flipped. We are tied at 8 as we begin the 7th inning. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by Quality Automotive and Brewer, where reliable service meets expert care. From routine maintenance to major repairs, their team keeps your vehicle running right. Experience the Quality Automotive difference at 13 Abbott Street in Bangor. You can visit qualityautomotiveme.com. Also brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners. Family owned for over 70 years, specializing in rug cleaning and repair. Visit 69 Hillside Avenue in Bangor at salibasrugcleaners.com. New pitcher in the game for the Rams. The shortstop, number 2, Jacoby Harvey, the sophomore, now out there on the bump in a tie game.
yeah, we saw him pitch against Hampton Academy over at Hampton Academy a week and a half ago maybe, and he was outstanding in relief. 4 2/3 innings, and enabled Bangor to come back against the Hampton Academy Broncos for a 12-7 victory.
Bangor trying to score a big-time comeback victory tonight. Make sure to follow the Ticket TV on social media, sports.net.maine on TikTok, 92.9 The Ticket on Facebook, 929 The Ticket on Instagram.
So we are in the top of the 7th. Pretty good job by Jude Gagan Chavez.
Yeah, stem the tide, keep Bangor in it, entering in a situation where they were hemorrhaging.
2 innings charged with no runs on no hits. Walked 3, struck out 2.
The 7th inning for Hermon, second baseman, number 2.
But the game is in the hands of the current pitchers right now. Cormier for Hermon and Harvey for Bangor.
Dylan Fair leading off this 7th inning. Still looking for an official at bat tonight. I've got him for 3 walks, an RBI, and a run scored along the trail.
Walk, walk, walk. Indeed.
8-8 ball game.
16 runs, 10 hits for the 2 teams.
It's been an odd one here at Mansfield tonight.
Had a ton of walks. Couple hit batters.
Harvey's first pitch misses upstairs for ball 1 to Fair.
If you're starting this game over now. You're trying to get some base runners. Pretty good velocity with Jacoby Harvey out there.
1-0 on its way, down and away.
Dax Gifford comes into the game for Bangor to play shortstop. He's going to basically replace Lucas Rutherford, I believe. Well, I'm trying to figure out where he belongs in the batting order.
Upstairs for ball 3. I'm thinking he might have come in for the for Gagan Chavez's spot, the 8 hole.
Okay, yeah. He's now the fifth batter in that slot.
Yeah.
After Turcotte, the DH, and Kearns, O'Connell, and Gagan Chavez. Well,
4-pitch walk here to start off the top of the 7th inning. Fair walks for a 4th time tonight. Patient hitter out of the 8 hole for Hermon. On in front of Connor McAlpine.
Catcher number 15, Connor McAlpine.
He singled and scored back in the 2nd inning. Hermon jumped out to a 4-1 lead after 2. Throw over to first, and diving back in safely over there is Fair. Showing bunt here. McAlpine bunts that back. He tried to drop down a bunt in the 4th inning. Popped up to the third baseman. Nice diving play by Sproul at third for the Rams.
Game about 2 hours and 20 minutes old.
It has certainly slowed down here over the last inning and a half.
It really did.
Another throw over to first. Close, but diving back ahead of the throw. Fair. Showing bunt again, missing that one, and now behind here, 0-2.
Well, he threw 4 balls to the first batter and gotten 2 strikes, 1 bunt attempts here to the second batter of the inning. That pitch well outside the strike zone.
Nothing in 2. Time to swing away. And trying to bend it back to the inside corner, but staying too far inside for ball 1. One, 2. Thought about it. Takes it to even the count.
Makes you wonder where we'd be if he'd not been going for the bunt. He might be on first base by now.
2-2 the count. And that one skips in. Good backhanded stab by Johnson to keep the runner at first. McAlpine, after the 2 failed bunt attempts, has battled back to work the count full. 3-2. Runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 7th of an 8-8 game. Harvey gets set. Here it is. Fouled off to the right side. That's going to get out of play. Rutherford running out of room over there.
Good battle here. McAlpine, a junior for the Hawks. Non-senior starting are Cam Morrison, the leadoff batter, Sam Hopkins, the number 2 batter, and Connor McAlpine, the number 9 hitter.
Before the 3-2, another throw over to first base, and Fair dives back in.
Top of the order coming up next.
Payoff pitch. Here it is. Downstairs, and that's a good at-bat by McAlpine. Battling back to work the walk after falling down 0-2. Unable to get the bunt down. In the end, he does advance the runner and gets himself on base. The first 2 men have reached for the Hawks here in the top of the 7th.
Kind of stunning myself by saying this after about 20 walks in this game. That was a good walk.
That was.
0-2 on the bunt attempts, but just a good eye. Fouled off a 3-2 pitch there to keep the at-bat alive, and now we're back to Cam Morrison in the top of the order.
Flipping it over for the Hawks. Morrison tonight, 0 for 2. He's walked twice, scored once. Hawks still think it's small ball. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and a good decision there as he takes ball one.
I'll tell you what, I might fake the bunt, but I don't think I want to stick my bat out there until he throws a strike.
Yeah, really.
You might not have to. He's not throwing too many strikes here. Yeah, the only 2 strikes have been the 2 missed bunts.
10 balls other than that. Here's the 1-0. Showing bunt again. He offered it that one. Lunging after it. So 3 strikes via 3 failed bunt attempts in this top of the 7th.
Yeah, that pitch might have been outside.
He was definitely reaching for it.
Yes.
2 on, nobody out. 1-1 on the Hawks leadoff hitter.
Rutherford's still in at first base in case they do bunt.
Shows bunt again, pulls that one back. Johnson having to throw his body in front of it. Now 3-1.
It's 2-1. That's what I've got.
Is it? Did I get ahead of myself?
Yeah.
2-1 the count.
Don't blame me for assuming a ball. Been a few.
Not as dire yet for Harvey. Pulling back, and there's another one. Morrison more selective in his bunt attempt offerings, and ahead in the count here, 3-1. 12 balls, 3 strikes of the 15 pitches delivered so far by Harvey. Big one right here. Showing bunt again, pulling it back, and that catches the corner to even the count, or excuse me, run the count full. Now 3-2 on Morrison, the leadoff hitter. Harvey working quickly. He's got the sign. He's set. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's downstairs to load the bases. 3 straight walks for the Hawks here in the 7th. Morrison on first, McAlpine on second, Fair on third. Got a meeting on the mound here with Bangor.
It's contagious.
Coming to the plate for the Hawks is Sam Hopkins. He's got a couple of RBIs tonight. He's been on base twice. And a big opportunity to put his team back in front. Do we have another pitching change here?
Well, let's see. Dax Gifford is, I think, heading to the outfield.
Yeah, because Harvey now is behind the mound, patting someone on the bum. Very, very dirty jersey, and that would be...
Tennant, maybe?
That would be Gavin Glanville-True.
Okay.
Coming in from center field.
Tennant will...
to get his turn on the bump.
Tennant will move from right to center, probably. Gifford to right, and Gavin Glanville-True. It's just one of those... It must be an uncomfortable night to be out there. The ball's just wet.
Yeah, just
always
slick.
wet, and just... I mean, this game has been bordering on the bizarre. Not bordering on the bizarre, it is.
Glanville-True warming up. Trying to come in from center field, throw some strikes for the Rams. 3 straight walks to begin this top of the 7th. Harvey returns to shortstop, which is where he occupied before coming into the game to pitch.
On right field, number 3, Dax Gifford. Number 3, Gifford in right field. And now pitching for Bangor, number 9, Gavin Glanville-True. Number 9, Glanville-True now pitching for Bangor.
13 walks issued by Bangor pitching.
We have seen our fair share of free passes tonight.
What do we got for strikeouts here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts. 4 by Rutherford and 2 by Gagan Chavez. And Gavin Glanville-True, the 5th Bangor pitcher.
Sam Hopkins.
Sam Hopkins now getting ready to dig in. He had a single in the first. He would come around to score. He had a sac fly in the second. Also walked and got an RBI out of it in the 5th. Been on base twice, 2 RBIs. He is looking for more. He is looking to put his Hawks back in front right here.
Yep. Glanville-True looking for either a double play grounder or a strikeout.
First one down and away for ball 1. Here comes the 1-0, a swing and a miss. 1-1 misses. Hopkins ahead in the count, 2-1. Swinging away and catching a piece of his own ankle in the box that time to even the count at 2-2. Bases loaded, nobody out. Top 7 tied at 8. 2-2 the count on the Hermon number 2 batter, Sam Hopkins. And he fouls it straight back.
It might be difficult to hit right now because you're so used to just taking your base. But
standing up there and watching it go by.
Hopkins hanging in.
2-2, down and away. The count runs full, nowhere to put him. 3-2 to the Hermon center fielder, Sam Hopkins, with the bases loaded. Swinging bunt almost in between second and third. They come home. The runner's safe. Keep the line moving. Hermon back in front, 9-8. Bases still loaded and nobody out.
Infield hit there is a little swinging bunt, a dribbler off the bat of Hopkins. Gets past Glanville True, and by the time it gets to Sproul, he doesn't have a play. Fair scores
home
from third, and Hermon back on top here.
Third RBI of the game for Hopkins. Now it's Tommy Meserve digging in. He's got 2 hits and an RBI out of the 3-hole. First pitch in there for strike 1.
So he had 3 walks and a 40-foot hit so far in this inning. Still nobody out.
Small ball.
Bases
Take note,
loaded.
Red Sox. Still loaded as Meserve fouls one off, and now down in the hole, 0-2.
Well, McAlpine was 0-2 earlier this inning and wound up drawing a walk.
Just where the Hermon Hawk hitters are comfortable in the protection mode. 0-2. Still nobody out. Top 7. And it misses. One and 2 to the Hermon number 3 hitter. He puts it on the ground, wide of third, foul.
Mason Kinney on deck. Cleanup hitter.
Here's the 1-2, protecting again, and Meserve able to spoil that one back into the stands and at the feet of Marcus Caesar.
Yeah, not taking a full swing. Clean play by Caesar over there, though, right?
Yeah, kind of watched it go by.
Oh, he did. All right. Well, he didn't boot it.
1-2. We do it again. And staying alive is Meserve.
Third foul ball since 2 strikes. Meserve, senior third baseman, hanging in there. We run out of baseballs tonight.
They've been going through them down there. Having to rub them up to keep them dry. 1-2 to the Hermon Hawk. Tommy Meserve, and now he steps out.
Infield in all around. Trying to get the force out at the plate.
Still nobody out in this top of the 7th. Some long innings of recent. 1-2.
Oh, there it is.
The brought in infield. It'll plate 1. Bangor sending a second. It's booted out there. 2-run score. Hermon extends the lead back to 3. It's a third hit, and now 3 RBI on the night for Tommy Meserve.
Clutch hit again, the infield in all around, and that creates targets for the batter. And I'm going to give him 2 RBIs on that because I think he would have scored anyways.
They were sending the runner. That's kind of how I figured.
As McAlpine scores from third and Morrison from second.
And now Kinney digging in for the 5th time tonight.
First and third, the runners, with still nobody out. And now it's 11-8.
Kinney had an RBI single back in the first inning. 1 for 4 tonight. He did reach on an error in the 5th.
Yeah. If you're Hermon, you want to pile on as many runs as you can get.
Yeah, really. Already seen Bangor erase 1 7-run deficit tonight. Rallying for 7 in the 6th. Runner takes off from first. That one goes to the backstop. Coming home from third, diving in head first, and now taking third on the errant throw on the infield. The Hermon Hawks running all over the diamond here in the 7th, now on top by 4.
Yeah, Hopkins got off to a slow start there
He
from
did.
third. Didn't recognize it, but made it home, and then the ball got loose in the infield, and that allows Meserve to get to third on the play.
Another run now just 90 feet away. Still nobody out in the inning for Kinney. Infield still in. Catches a piece of the zone, and Kinney now behind 1-2. One and two, and a wave and a miss there for the first out of the inning. Kinney down by way of the K. Second time tonight, first time swinging. And with one down, it's going to bring up the Hermon left fielder, Edgar LeClaire.
So there had to be an error on that play, but I just can't figure out which throw to call the error on. It was either on the catcher.
I'm guessing it was
throwing it wide.
Yeah, E2, because that allowed a runner to take an extra base.
Yep.
Foul tip into the glove there from LeClaire. He's been on board twice tonight. He's actually walked each of his last 2 times up in the 5th and the 6th. One and one to the Hermon lefty. Through
Nice
for
pitch.
strike 2. LeClaire would love to get this one in the air or on the right side, but that runner 90 feet away, only one down. Here's the 1-2. Fly ball in the air to the left. Is it deep enough? Well, it doesn't matter because the catch isn't made as the ball lands in foul territory.
Good effort over there by Tennant. No, it's not Tennant.
No, I think he's in center now.
Yeah, he is. That's Owen Glanville True still.
Getting a piece of it at the dish. Staying alive is LeClaire. LeClaire hanging tough. Hermon mounting another charge here in the top of the 7th. A wave and a miss at an off-speed pitch there for the second out of the inning.
Gavin Glanville True finally settling in there
The pitcher number 9, Eli Cormier.
on the mound.
Eli Cormier now coming to the dish. Pitcher in the ball game for the Hermon Hawks. This position in the lineup for Hermon, 0 for 3 with a walk. 3 strikeouts, though, between Alexander and Cormier.
What did you have Cormier doing in the 3rd inning?
No, he singled. He singled. I'm looking at the wrong line.
It's all right.
Looking at the 7 batter. Eli Cormier is going to tune into this game after the fact and say, actually, I was 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI when I was standing at the dish, and he said I was 0 for 3 with a walk and 3 Ks.
I'll tell you what, for the purposes of keeping a score sheet, I'm glad it stopped raining.
Yeah, it's there's been some
Holy
action
God.
on these diamonds.
Yeah, we got
Got a lot of wraparound innings in this one as a called strike 3 there on Cormier ends the inning, but not before the Hermon Hawks plate 4 to retake the lead. Look at how wild these last 3 frames have been. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Hermon 12, Bangor 8. It's high school baseball on Ticket TV.
He struck out the...
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
We are back here in Bangor, possibly for the penultimate time of this game.
I think you just... Well,
bottom
I
of
don't
the...
I'm not going to say anything.
Bottom of the 7th inning right now, and Bangor coming up, trailing by 4. Hermon 12, Bangor 8. The Rams rallied for 7 in the bottom of the 6th to tie the game at 8, and then Hermon was able to respond with 4 more in the top of the 7th to retake the lead. We got a new pitcher on the mound now for the Hawks. Cormier back to right field. Mike Fowler to left field. And Edgar LeClaire, lefty at the plate, lefty in the field, now pitching for the Hawks. Trying to slam the door shut on the Rams and earn Hermon a very point-worthy victory.
So Cormier's in line for the win, correct? Yep. But this is not a save situation.
No, 4-run game.
All right. It seemed like the guy that is able to get like 3 outs ought to get something.
Whoever slams the door shut on this one.
Right.
Yeah. It's Dax Gifford leading off for the Rams and getting his first at-bat since entering this ball game. Gifford initially entered to play shortstop very briefly when Harvey was on the mound. And then when Harvey left the mound, he went out to right field because Jacoby went back to short.
Right. Or correct, I should say.
He's a 1-1 right now. The count on the Bangor leadoff hitter. Sends that one wide to third. One and two, but first, waiting for everybody to get back into their position on the field. Now we're ready for it. 1 and 2.
Ooh,
big breaker right over the plate for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. One up, one down for the Rams. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Trey Tennant. Started the game in right, now playing center. He's been on twice tonight, thanks to a couple of walks. First pitch through for strike 1. Missing low to even the count. Tennant trying to get on base before Bangor turns the lineup over. That one's fouled back though, and strike away here from LeClaire. Getting the second out of the inning. 1 and 2.
Oh.
Wave and a miss. Back to the off-speed stuff. LeClaire showing off the full arsenal. He's got 2 down in the 7th inning.
Crafty lefty out there, getting the job done, throwing strikes.
It is up to the leadoff hitter for the Rams, Gavin Glanville True. Started the game in center field, came in to pitch on the top of the 7th. Pitcher of record right now for Bangor as he fouls that one. Actually, I guess technically Harvey would be the pitcher of record, right? Because he left the inherited runners on base, so
right.
Glanville True just happened to be the man on the mound at the time. A big swing at a curveball he was way out in front of, and LeClaire has the Rams all out of sorts at the dish.
Yeah, certainly a different look out there here in the 7th inning.
Bangor down to its final strike, the 0-2. That dips low for ball 1. One and 2 from LeClaire. On the ground, back to him, underneath the glove, charged is short, glove there, throw it up first, and the Hermon Hawks come to Bangor and defeat the Class A Rams 12-8 at Mansfield Stadium on Ticket TV. Bangor rallied from a 7-run deficit in the 6th to tie it at 8. Hermon responded with 4 in the top of the 7th, and they pulled out the victory 12-8. We'll be back to wrap it all up in the post-game show. It comes up right after this on Ticket TV.
Here are the final totals for tonight's ball game.
Darlings in Bangor is hiring experienced Ford technicians. We've solved the 2 biggest challenges in the industry, warranty time and flat rate. At Darlings, you'll have guaranteed hours, retail time for warranty, and unlimited earning potential. We offer up to $40 an hour plus incentives, generous PTO,
just use
full
something
benefits,
from Mason
and a
Kenny.
climate-controlled
Mason
shop.
Kenny, the
Apply
Hermon
today
pitcher
at
that started the game.
darlings.com.
Or, I mean,
You'll do better
if you have like the
at
big hit to
Darlings.
put them back on top for the play of the
Sometimes
game,
life is a
and then we'll
cluttered
make Kenny
mess,
the player.
but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your
that's
appointment
good.
now at deansdetailing.com.
We are back here in Bangor, putting the finishing touches on this broadcast of a Hermon Hawk victory over the Rams, 12-8. Class B over Class A in this crossover matchup tonight at Mansfield Stadium. It was a wild one. Time now to get you the highlights. Hermon jumping out to a big lead initially as we welcome you into the postgame show presented by your local family-owned McDonald's, Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, as well as Wilson Street in Brewer. Hermon jumping out to a big lead, got all the way up to 8-1. Mason Kinney was dealing on the mound. Bangor played 7 in the 6th inning to come back and tie the game. But you may be able to hear the Hawks celebrating and now making their way back to the infield after a victorious effort tonight in Bangor. We may have some highlights for you as the action is clearing off the field, getting the tarp back on the pitcher's mound here. It's been a long game for everyone involved, and it appears to be the computer as well, not wanting to cooperate. So in lieu of those post-game highlights, we'll just tell you about next home experience. Now, this was a key point in the game that sparked the Bangor comeback. You see what appears to be a Hermon runner beating out the play at first base. He was actually called out, so that took 2 runs off the board, which would have put Bangor 1 run away from getting mercy ruled at the time or being in position to. The Rams then in the next inning, the next time they came to the dish, responded for that 7-run rally. You see Bangor right there coming to life, but in the end, not enough. As Hermon, credit to the Hawks to be able to put that unraveling behind them and then come back and score 4 in the top of the 7th to win this ball game. Taking a look at some more of those Hermon free passes and wild pitches that allowed the Rams to come home and score. A lot of runs, a lot of action tonight via walks. Kyle Johnson coming home right there. It was a big hit late in the ball game. I believe that was Tommy Meserve putting the Hawks back on top with a 2-run single. Might be seeing that one coming up later on in our post game as well. Some of the action tonight at Mansfield Stadium in Bangor. Hermon victorious over the Rams 12-8. Time now to award our player of the game. Got several options to turn to on the Hermon Hawks side of things. Sam Hopkins, a couple of hits and 3 RBIs at the dish. Tommy Meserve, the big hit in extra innings. He had 3 RBI, but as far as the player of the game, I think we're going to give that one to Mason Kinney. He had an RBI single back in the first inning, but for a large portion of this game, he kept the Rams at bay, had 7 strikeouts. The walks got up there in the end, but really until some plays in the field might have turned things around and interrupted the psyche a little bit for the Hermon Hawks. But Ernie, I was just saying, Mason Kinney, I think for the job he did over the front portion of this game, we'll call him the player of the game.
It's hard. It's a hard call.
It definitely is, because Sam Hopkins at the dish wound up with 3 RBI. Tommy Meserve had 3 hits and 3 RBI. We're going to be seeing a highlight of his again here in just a second. So much of the action, too, coming just via the free pass tonight. The line kept moving.
Just so many. Unofficially, I'm losing my breath here. 13 walks issued by Bangor pitchers and 9 issued by Hermon pitchers. That's 22 walks.
There was a lot of them tonight.
There was. Yeah, I mean, Meserve had the big hit, which I assume was the play of the game.
We'll be seeing that, actually. Why don't we turn to it right now to see that play of the game? Give Meserve his time to shine here. This was with Hermon on top 9-8, top of the 7th inning. Infield pulled in for the Rams. He punched it through into right field. 2 runners came around to score. Hermon would add on one more in that 7th inning, to win it 12-8.
Tempted to give it the player of the game to Leclerc.
Hey, you wanna?
1, 2, 3, 8th after everybody had trouble throwing strikes, and he retired the side in order.
Clean frame. You want to go that way? Let's go that way.
No problem that we see
the unofficial save, as we were talking about.
Oh, it was kind of too bad that he couldn't qualify for a save because it was a 4-run lead when he came into the game.
Well, we did say he deserves something if he's able to shut it down when he came in. So
well, there we go.
There we go.
Let's
He is
that.
Deserving of our player of the game. Player of the game. Presented by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. And that, once again, is going to Edgar Leclerc. He was the left fielder to start off the action tonight, number 5 hitter in the lineup for Hermon. At the dish, he was 0 for 3 with a couple of walks, but he had the big 3 outs at the end of this one on the mound.
Somebody had to come in there and throw strikes.
And he did the job.
Finally did. It was so I've been watching a lot of these games over the years. This was a unique one.
It was. It was a lengthy one. It was maybe not the prettiest ball game you've ever seen from a fundamental standpoint, but for the Hermon Hawks, they leave town with a lot of heel points tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when pitches aren't going across the plate, it's hard to develop any rhythm out there. As a hitter, as a defender, as a pitcher, and it just makes the game very, very difficult to play. And as it turned out, these teams continued to answer each other, but the team that kind of led most of the game wound up winning. In terms of the Hermon Hawks, that's a great win for them in terms of heel points. Bangor now 9-2.
Yep.
And Hermon 6-2. And they got a big game. You mentioned the Nokomis kids here tonight. Big game next Friday.
Yep.
At Hermon. Nokomis with just 1 loss on the season in Class B. They're the number 2 team behind Ellsworth right now. But Hermon's in a pretty good groove. I mean, this was not an artistic success, but it was success where it matters for them, and that's on the scoreboard. And for Bangor, it's kind of a tough loss, but they just, they never really got started tonight. They got
catch up.
Got a little help there with that big inning, the 7-run inning, but it was just they were playing from behind the entire night and never really got into any sort of rhythm like we were talking about before. So, good win for the Hawks, and I'm sure they're feeling as good about it as if it was 2-1 and a walk-off home run. It's just a matter of being the team that persevered and pulled out the victory.
Hermon riding into the back half of their schedule now with some big-time momentum. Let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. Next week on Ticket TV, we'll have baseball coming up on Monday afternoon at 4 from Hamden Academy, where the Broncos host the Camden Hills Windjammers. Tuesday, we'll have the whole crew up in Old Town. Baseball and softball at 4:30. Coyotes versus the Hermon Hawks. It's actually Hampden Academy. I might have said Hermon on Monday, but Old Town versus Hermon Tuesday. And then on Thursday, John Bapps hosting the Ellsworth Eagles on the baseball diamond of 4:30. First pitch there. Only thing left to do now is give out credit to our Ticket TV crew, Max Pottle directing, Luke Gagne on the scoreboard, Marcus Caesar, Sydney Hurst, our camera operators, and for my broadcast partner, Ernie Clark, I am Mark Paulette saying so long tonight from Mansfield. A wild game sees the Hermon Hawks prevail 12-8. Class B Hermon over Class A Bangor. This has been High School Baseball on Ticket TV.
High School Sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darlings Auto Group. You'll do better at Darlings. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience. The market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, North Windham, and Topsom. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. The place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Praise Auto Sales. Over 40 years of trust, integrity, and dependability. Visit praiseautosales.com. Dairy Queen Bangor. Get a DQ treat today at Dairy Queen on Broadway in Bangor. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 57 years. Eastern Maine Community College, start your future at emcc.edu. Bangor Savings Bank, since 1852. At Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. Visit bangor.com. Dairy Queen Old Town. At DQ, happy tastes good. Casella. Good pay, good people, good life. Find your place at powerofhardwork.com. High School Sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by UMaine Finish Strong, Hidden Meadows, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, The Fitch Company, UMaine Athletics, Bangor Window Shade and Drapery, Union Street Towing, Bangor Mall Cinemas, Bangor Floral, Hannaford and Bucksport, Novus Glass, Hartford's Auto Service, Old Town Redemption Center, Bennett Auto Center, The Growing Place and Polish, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Lloyd's Family Market, Quality Automotive, North Star Waste and Recycling, Crystal Clear Family Pet Center, The Farmer's Table, Fat Panda Boba Tea and Market, Coach House Restaurant, Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Goslin's Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Twin City Tire, Harvey RV and Marine, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Midcoast Denture Design, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. High School Sports on Ticket TV is a production of Sportsnet Maine and Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket.